Al, can I request you make me a cup?
Who am I? Am I not unique? Maybe I'm not here at all. But the fakers finding us with lies that break us all the soul. Oh, it's useless.
I mean, it's just on the intro screen.
What does it all mean? Can we make a difference? Really make a difference. If we don't break out of here, wake up, get up there. Raise your voice against liars. Feed around the fire. Why does nobody want change? Just imagine you're out there. Swatting lights in
Hello, everybody. Hope we're all doing well. Can you hear me? You can hear me. It's all going well. Oh, and Alex is here with some tea as well. Thank you very much. Oh, Lapsang as well. Oh, I'm being treated well here. Beautiful. Massive mug of tea. Hello, folks. Glad to have you all in here. I had to go live on YouTube. I knew there was something I hadn't done yet. Give me but a moment, folks, to go live on Anivia's YouTube channel. Ready for some more action. Hopefully, this will be all just fine and ready to go. We are sending a feed just fine. Great news. Hopefully, this will be fine in but a moment. And we can sort that out. I hope you're all well. Looks like we're all good there. Hello, hello, hello. It took me a second or two to get that resolved. But it should now all be in. Hello, Anivia's channel. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for the follows, Hersky and Tenchi as well. Shout out to GX's awesome content creator. And who just did a really sick Katarina cosplay. If you're a cosplay person, keep your eyes on that one. And everyone else has been following. We've got ourselves Lost Returns versus Galleons going on today. Make sure you are in chat. I need to get myself up. And hope that we're all good to go. What league background do we have today? Cassiopeia. Right. Let's double check. Clean feed. Let's see which one we're on today, actually. Is this the right one? Is this the right one? We should be on clean feed 1 by the looks of it. It is this one. Fantastic. We're here. Right, give me 2 seconds to get myself some water to go with the tea. And I shall return. Because hydration is the key to surviving the nation. Galleon's 3-0 you reckon, Ariana? That's the decision, is it? That's where it's going to be. Oh, right, well, that's that one there. Let me full screen this. That's that. Fantastic. Chat, you'll go in here. And then I need YouTube over here. Hey, Alejandro, good to see you. Let's go, LR, looking wonderful in playoff form. They had a good first series. Which is great news. It's great news. This is a great song, but it is very, very high-pitched. And I might just skip that for that reason alone. Shh. Great track. Predictions? I actually think it's going to be one-sided one way or another. I think whoever comes in with a better hot read is going to be better. But I think we might end up seeing some tilt one way or another. I think possibly LR, but there's a world where Galleons just come in and continue their prior form and make us all look a bit silly. That might also just be my NLC bias showing though, so who the hell knows? This is a solid litre of tea. I'm quite pleased. Right. Water. I don't expect one side a day. I mean, well, it may well not be. May well not be. Also, good to see you, Dimension. Welcome in. Let me go get that hydration I was talking about. Look at that. General Kenobi. What have I missed? Conversation-wise? That's fine. That's done. I've done the social mediaing. On time for once. Which is crazy. Crazy. I'm assuming we've all seen the Festive Baron. Because if we're not, we do need to show you that. Hang on. One moment. We have got a bit of time. Hang on. 1 second. Let me reorder some things. Oh no. Close that briefly. Because I do need to show you this. If you've not seen this yet, guys.
You know, a lot of you have been asking about the winter map and why we haven't been.
God damn it. Well. That changes plans. At the moment I was going to show you the cool winter map stuff, we head straight to draft. Clearly, I'm here to be screwed with, but that's fine. Draft is more important. Let's have a look. Seren kind of diffed Nemesis last time. Have lost returns, learned from their mistakes. Oriana, Rumble, Wukong bans. Kiana's up. Is it possible to not talk about today's Worlds game? I'm currently watching them. I can certainly keep that in mind. That's absolutely fine. We can certainly keep that in mind. That's very reasonable. Obviously, I know they were a little early in the morning today. Not everyone had a chance to watch them. If we do talk about them, I'll give you enough of a heads up. But I try not to give too many spoilers out. That's fine. You only really have about 24 hours before you're out of date is the problem with Worlds at the minute, because the days move real fast right now. First pick, what are we thinking? Rise, very strong right now. I think that's fine. Has been pretty consistently a good first pick option alongside the Oriana as your mid laner's blind pick choice. What are we responding with? ERLs will still favor the Jarvans, found more success here than at Worlds. Vi. Easy enough point and click CC. Yunara as well, still very high priority. Yunara Nico might actually be the angle here. Yunara Vi, where they're going to decide to go. Takes it away from Valiant. Ironically, probably Bath as well. Not that we've seen him play the Vi top in a little while. Ori's been banned Frostwing, so unlikely for Seren to get that unless he wanted to find a way to cheat. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Bard. Okay. Very strong right now if you're very good at it. I've seen a lot of people like Carrier, like Busio, all find a lot of success with the champion in general. AD carry to go with it. Might be in a little bit of trouble then for Valier, but he does have a few interesting things in the back pocket. Corki. Fine. Corki Bard. Lots of early lane prio. Lots of early damage. Corki's not the best matchup into Yunara individually. Yunara actually can punish Corki quite heavily in the early levels. Basically, if the moment Corki uses Fast Bomb, Yunara presses Q and runs at you, and Corki goes, oh dear, I'm out of damage for the next 5 seconds. Ambessa Vi. Fine. Really dangerous combo. You throw the Vi ult. Ambessa ult who is Vi ulted, and you have a good time. Volley Bear away from Sion. Already lost the Poppy. Ban Gragas and feel happy. Might be the angle. And he probably goes AP Jax, but I don't think you're as scared of that here. Although, in fairness, AP Jax to Yunara is pretty rough. You're always at risk of the AP Jax insta-burst with Counter-Strike angle. And they do ban the Volley Bear. That would have been good. Hey, Monty. It's good to see you as well. I think you just called Bao Sion. Yeah. Did I? Did I just call Bao Sion? Oh. Oh, no. Oh no. Wow. Yeah, well, they're going to ban the Jax. Interesting. So they're less worried about the Gragas. I feel like the Gragas is probably the way forwards then. Rammus is a lot harder to get right in pro. Rammus works in solo queue because people lack the coordination to deal with Rammus speeding all over the map. And you don't actually bring that much to the team. He has had some buffs. We saw Beryl attempt at support. It's not great. You okay there in the UK? I know it's late for me, but really, I'm strictly over in Berlin. So it's even an hour later. The main thing is I had Worlds over the last few mornings as well. So it's just been a very long set of days. It's been a very long set of days. Yo, good to see you. Krasniak, good to have you in here. Over in Nivea's chat, Pike. It is as well as special. Your pick is really nasty for Galleons now. You actually are quite good into Bard. Bard is a very hookable champion. You can pull him out of his magical journey when he tries to escape as well, which can be really nasty. Of course, I've not thought about the Kled. Yeah, it can be pretty annoying to manage here. Ambessa doesn't like dueling it especially, though she has got decent disengage options. Yeah, the anti-healing can be annoying for Ambessa post 6. $3 a.m. for me. Happy to switch. Oh, God, no. Guessing you're out in somewhere out east then. What's that, like 6 hours ahead? No, more. More. Oof. Hang on. And... well, that's like 9 hours ahead. You Japan? Kai? Australia. Australia. Do you have a win rate on Kled? No, I don't off the top of my head. I think it's been a bit mixed. Neferi is fine. Lots of target access. Not bad with Rise. Basically, you can just dive onto the Yunara pretty repeatedly. Good skirmishing. Do you want a Gamba? Yeah, go on, Amber. Guess that one up, please. That would be appreciated. The words crikey and struth are now banned from chat. Talia. Okay, Talia Vi follows up on the rest of the combo. I actually think Galleons have got the more cohesive comp, right? It's very much based around do you hit the CC from Vi or Pike, follow up with everyone else. I think for Lost Returns, they're looking to skirmish and play the map a bit wider with the Kled and the Kled, the Magical Journey, the Neferi ult, the Rise ult. You've got a lot of ability to collapse quite quickly with quite high mobility spells and rotations that Galleons need to be very aware of. If Galleons are already on the same screen, it can get a bit tricky. Pike is inherently very snowbally and inherently very vision dependent. If you lose that, the Vi Pike loses a lot of value. You're still quite short range as Galleons, with the exception of Talia, which basically means you're all going to be in range of the Corki Rise AoE damage in a team fight, which is not the most fun. Like, if it comes down to late game team fightings, I worry a little bit about... oh, come on, really? There we go. That should be fine. Cool. Why do you think LR feels so different comparing 1v1 phase to best of 5? I think Lost Returns were not at their best. I think Lost Returns was still figuring out the meta, had some issues to resolve in terms of how they actually wanted to play the game. I think there was some comms issues. I think Lost Returns still have the flaws they've had all year. Am I initialized? I am indeed. Ben Parker. Immediate pause. Hopefully not for long. Find out. Okay. Shouldn't be too long, hopefully. Why did Reckless switch to support? He had some interesting conversations about this, but basically he felt like he'd gone as far as he could go as an AD carry, wanted to try something new, and felt like actually a lot of his experience and decision-making skills would serve him well as a support, and he decided actually he'd take the gamble and try moving to support. And there have been a fair number of people he looked up to who did a very similar job and did it really well. So, Paul JJ, Aframu, who else did a really good lane swap that way? I'm missing someone. Was it... Oh, Wink actually did it as well. I think is the one. That's the one. There's been a few. The long and short of it. LR consistently lose when they're allowed to. Is it reasonable to say they might feel less pressure to perform early on in the tournament? Yeah, partly. Also, I think they're more comfortable in best of fives where they actually are okay losing. They've got enough there to work with. It's like they've actually got room to fix things. And again, their ability to clutch out matters more in an extended series than in the one game where they might just not quite do it. Sven was a good call as well. Thank you very much. I knew there was someone from NA. I was also missing out that one. Why is stream so foggy? That is a good question. It is a little bit, isn't it? I don't know why. That's on their feed end, I think. Core J, yeah, we mentioned Core JJ as well. I think it's their filters. I don't know what they've done to make that happen. Much better for Galleons. Yeah, I think Galleons have got the more cohesive draft on the whole. The level 6 spike, the one item spike, very, very strong. They've gone for the Taeyun swap to get Corki in the 1v1 versus the Ambessa and get out of the Yunara Pike early on. Because actually hooking Kled doesn't lead to all that much. Even if you get the burst, he just dismounts. And Corki should be able to bully the Ambessa. But basically this means that both top lanes should end up losing CS. Doesn't seem to affect the overlay. Yeah, so they've got some weird feed going on. Yeah, so there's a few of us have noticed it. Might be a spectator bug, so it's not a bug. They've got, I think it's color settings that have been a bit fumbled. I think they're resolving it right now. At least production have been let know. There you go. Too much gamma, probably that. It's from the original stream comp. Yeah, it's not my feed, right? So this is the feed I've been granted by the TO. So it's a few of us have noticed it. It should hopefully be resolved. But I will say Lost Returns, very scary skirmishing. Much better consistent DPS as well with Ryze, Corki, Neferi, even the Kled, right? That's a lot of damage. So if you fumble the engage with the Vi Pike or you fall behind, things get tricky. Silent Hill Rift, there is a bit of Silent Hill vibes happening. I feel like I'm missing something on my OBS. What am I missing? You're all sent towards the other one, yep. Had a look at the bracket. If LR win here and EMEA Master up in the winter, will be German. Yeah, the very true, will be. You'll all be Hypercell. It'd be really cool homecoming for UOL. Would be really awesome. I mean, there's still KCB, isn't there, to deal with? Or am I just forgetting where KCB are in the bracket? We're assuming LR make finals, right? Roster tier 1 would be hilarious. Good day. Nice to see you. Glad you just start the series. Hell yeah. Going game 1, Baus Kled. Yup. A lot of bans against him. They've gone this option, which is actually kind of fine with Neferi Ryze. Anyway, lots and lots of target access and collapse, right? Between Charge and Realm Warp and Hound's Pursuit, Magical Journey, you've got lots of ability to just, like, jump on a target from miles away. Yes, KCB versus winner of GLR next. Yeah, that's what my thinking. So we are making the assumption LR make finals. which is no guarantee. Hi, I'm today. AL vs CFO with Super Banger. It was. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Enjoyed streaming it earlier today. So myself, Nymera, and Vestian, who is one of the LCP casters, did a bit of a co-stream of it earlier today. Enjoyed it. LR go through like the entirety of the LFL if they make finals. Yeah, between Vitality B, Galleons, KCB. I've done quite a lot of them. Galleons should get the dragon. Oh. Pykirk. Stun. I think Nemesis might be in a little bit of danger here, but gets to phase rush away. Not quite enough damage in inventory yet. Congrats on the 7 stream streak, by the way, for Gunnerpawn. It's boring without game sounds. The game sounds are on. Might be a little quiet, to be fair. I can up a bit. There you go. Probably a bit of that. Oh, I see what's happened. It's this. That's fine. Drop that there a bit. Put that up. That's fine. I dropped it early for world. I think there's a lot of settings here that have got it a bit off from world stuff. That should be better. It's not coming to us though. It is. For sure. Coming to you. Oh, Bousy. Oh, Bousy. Oh, missing that public execution is wild. Oh, my days. They just can't catch the damn Yordle. It took them forever. That Cladskid is a delight. It's wonderful. Just nice and simple. Not been able to watch well since I live in NA. Yeah, definitely difficult to catch things live at that point. Well, here come the grubs. Little darling. Stayed up for the early match at 1 AM, but I'm so tired from the schedule. It's rough. It's rough. It's rough. Well, there go the grubs. The Galleons. Good for them. Kled's being a menace in general. Already got towards the Tiamat, so actually got very good clear. All the while, of course, no one was bot side, so Kled's probably picked up a plate, maybe 2 from this. Has got 2 plates. That's really good news for the Kled. Do I feel like LR could join the LEC? I think in long term, they'd need to prove sustainability and a willingness to actually stick around. And that's not been shown yet, which is partly why, again, they're coming in the sort of pseudo-guest slot. Because there is a genuine issue in terms of, like, actually, if you want to get in, you have to prove a certain amount of consistent financial stability, and Lost Returns have only been around, like, a year and a bit. That's not really long enough on a lot of ways. When Tater, it's not that too early. It definitely helps. Europe's not a bad spot for it. T1 versus DRX late at night, 2022 finals. Yeah, it was. I remember watching SKT versus Rocks semis when it was in NA at like 3 in the morning. Which was pretty crazy. At least today wasn't a 6 AM start. Yeah, that was nice. I definitely am having to take a nap this afternoon purely off exhaustion. After the last couple of days. Map 5 was 6 in the morning. Bloody hell. Banger series, they picked MF support, indeed. To counter Ashe Zyra, which have been absolutely smashing the tournament. Nemesis throws out some skills, won't be in too much danger. I think you underestimate a few of the lower tier NA teams. They're not actually that bad. And Lost Returns have shown enough flaws here that I don't think it'd be quite as simple as that. I think they could make a run for it, right? Of course they can. Seen exactly how well EMEA Masters winners can do before. There ain't no guarantees. Hook on to Reckless, has to flash. That's probably second dragon, unless Crowdy can get a lot of damage with Velia here. Oh, Xerxes misses Q. Oh, a really good Tempered Fate means that Talia's doing nothing as well. Oh, it's all gone horribly wrong. The Cosmic Binding just pinned Harpoon and Xerxes together as well. Oh, not Xerxes, and Seren together as well. Reckless just broke their ankles, guys. I'm hoping we get a replay there. Because the Tempered Fate locks Seren down for the whole length. And that means they can just smash Xerxes to the ground and already missed his Vault Breaker. Then after they come out of the Tempered Fate, Cosmic Binding pins Seren and Harpoon together. So then basically the damage is just not there. The DPS is down for like the entire time. So watch Reckless now. Seren's out. They turn on Xerxes, who gets blasted, and now they are down their jungler. Cosmic Bounty across both DPS sources. GG. Nori. Very, very smooth. So disappointed. CFL didn't do so well today. I'm not, but I'm also an LPL caster. I think CFL will go through 3-1. Don't stress about it too much. Hey, how's your sleep schedule in EMEA Master on the same day? Should be tough, though. It's not been great. We didn't quite have the incredible 13-game day possibility, but we did pretty much do 14 to 15 hours on air yesterday, which was quite a lot. It was quite a lot. And then by the time I'd like gotten off air and had dinner and had a bath and all those kinds of things, I kind of ended up going to sleep at like 1, 2 in the morning. At least Worlds wasn't at 6 a.m. today, but it still wasn't a lot of sleep. Is this map 1? Yes, it is. Though generally in League, we call it Game 1. Unlike a lot of shooters, we don't change maps. No Goggoa. I mean, we do have Goggoa around about. I'm best a secret agent. Not yet. Oh, that's not a bad hook. Into the seismic shove. Oh, very nicely done. Clean combo. Won't get them the turret, but still. Hook over the seismic shove into the Phantom Undertow into the death from below. About as slick as it gets for that. Any hope for any Western team outside of FlyQuest to get into the group stage? I think G2 could do it too. They've obviously ended up with an interesting draw. I think if BLG play like they did against 100 Thieves, they are very beatable, especially because they've just not been very consistent. And I suspect G2 will not give as easier an opening gambit as BLG had against Fnatic with just gank them level 2, boys. Ah, so you are. Thank you for the follow. I mean, the problem is BLG now have the jungle swap buff. They don't need to play Beige One. I will say, people have really exaggerated how different BLG are with Shadow versus Beige One. And the answer is they're not, guys. They have all the same problems with Shadow as they do Beige One. And they didn't lose with Beige One because Beige One did bad things. They lost with Beige One because a lot of their players did really stupid things. Like Bin dying soloed under turret as a Rek'Sai to 2 turret shots because he tunneled under the damn thing is not on Beige One. On just running into the jungle on Elise and dying is not on Beige One. Like, Knight fumbling a horrible flash, having TP'd into 4 people is not on base 1. Like, those things would happen and do happen with Shadow as much as base 1. And if you didn't watch LPL regular season this summer, you may assume that Shadow coming in would have been the end, be all and end all. Towards the end of summer, they were losing horribly with Shadow as well, which is why they started playoffs with base 1. Why we're thinking, oh god, they're going to be a complete disaster. They just need a vibes reset sometimes. It's literally, it's not a honeymoon buff, it's a polyamory buff. They needed 2 junglers in their life. What's on my thoughts on KT? Do you think they are our weakest LCK team? Yes. They're certainly the most obviously flawed, but their strengths are still really good. They team fight very, very well. BDD is exceptional. Perfect is inconsistent, but when he's on, he's very good. And Kuz is a good jungler. Yeah, exactly. Misses EQ and adds flash. Exactly, which sucks, and that's annoying, but it's still like, one slight fumble for base 1 is not the end of the world. That's not, that game was not on base 1. And if you think it is, then I don't know what to tell you. And base 1 will yet to see, I'm sure base 1 will see play yet. No doubt. Thoughts on Fnatic if they get knocked out? Expected or surprised? Kind of expected. They were happy to be here. They got a little unlucky with draws, but they should have beaten, they fumbled against BOG. And kind of got rolled day 1. LCK and LPL are good teams at fighting when they're at 1 HP. Oh, for sure. A Harpoon is dead. Oh, the bear trap on a row angle. Very nicely done. Belly gets in the backside. Calls for Pack to avoid the DPS. Continues chasing onto Zuelis, who can't quite get out. Ragnar tries to find a public execution out and can't. Gets rooted in place by the Rune Prism. Dead. LR in extended fights are still really scary, because basically if Galleons don't land their 100-0 combo, it's doomed. And this is 2 fights in a row now where Harpoon has just not been able to play the game. And there's so many ways to get onto Harpoon. Watch. And joust forward, bear trap in a row, pull him back. Hound's pursuit, burn flash, has no E, dead. BDD's also having a very good year, so I think BDD is scary. They are still KT, incredibly inconsistent, incredibly vibes-based. Skip a load of steps to make things happen. They actually had a fairly good read going into top esports about how to just basically say we're just going to keep forcing at objectives time and time again before you get a chance to do anything in between and finding these skirmishes. And I think top esports are drafted quite poorly today. Perfect and Dogtag can play like the last 3 days. They can stroll through to semis for sure. Yeah, depending on their draw. But they have to play like that. And how regularly do we not see that? Nice idea from Zoelis there. Did at least get the kill. Important. Who died? It was Nemesis. Rise down. Thank you. Always a little bit scary when your Pyke is not ahead of the curve, though. Feels really, really, really bad considering what he's supposed to do with the Your Cut passive. KT might be a DRX 2022 run. Tame? I'm here for the narrative. I think brains might explode. Reminder, I don't think KT have ever made it further than quarterfinals at Worlds, by the way. Even when they were like the best team in the world, arguably in 2018, and just ran into Invictus Gaming on their generational run. And you had that insane series in quarterfinals. Nemesis more deaths than bouts. Very true. Somehow, some way. What's up, people? Hey, Diablo. Good to see you. This stuff, more tea. Tea for the tea god. Bows framing down river, can charge. They know he's got to know as well. You walked across the wall! Okay, charges away, can't be stopped. Ult for ult. That actually also pulls them away from Atakan. Yeah, Xerxes, you need to not be there. You're 2 levels down on this Neferi, by the way. He's got Profane, Hydra, and Shojin. This is the very, very, very burst-heavy Neferi build. Because basically, whoever gets ulted by this Neferi will have a horrible time. That Tempered Fate sucked. Oh, Nemesis blew up to Alice. We'll die for it. Pulls the pack. Xerxes survives. Eviscerate away. Can heal off blue buff. Maybe required to... they're jumping on a Harpoon. Oh, Bousy! Oh, yeah, Harpoon's just dead. Yeah, about to say, that's going to be a bad time. Dark and Daggers 1, Dark and Daggers 2. Healing comes on through. Calls the pack, bring back the dog. Turns on to blue buff. Oh, Bouse. Bousey. Bousey, my guy. Bouse. Bouse. Well, now you can't Atacam. Isn't going to happen again. Yeah, I think Dog Damage is quite inconsistent, right? And even against, like, even in the game where on that Caitlyn where you like where they won against Fnatic, let's be real. Fnatic, was it against Fnatic? No, it was against Mkoy. The fact that Dog Dam received 3 shutdowns in that Atakan fight to go from being 2,000 gold to being 1,000 gold up just doesn't happen. Like, I do think Dogtown is inconsistent, just as general as RKT. They get the Atakan, actually, by the way. We'll talk about other things. I wonder whether that might be a bit more of a flip. They may well still just lose the fight afterwards, though. So Atakan for, like, everyone dying could be rough. Value now resets, can go again. Harpoon is a dead man, can't run far enough away. Arc of Ruin won't be enough. Profane Hydra does its things. Trying to reset here. Can Clegg get the interrupt? I think he can. Zoelis is a dead Pike. Bard's going to find him. Deep water dive, comes out of stealth, loses his celestial opposition. Bear trap on a rope doesn't proc. Bass gonna go keep charging after him. Does have charge, won't need it though because he's got joust, and just finds the auto. Did he just use the? Did he just Titanic Hydra auto on the ward to get the kill there? Is that how he got the kill? Hang on, we'll get a second. So it does come down to a flip. Which Xerxes wins, which is nice. The fight after, though, is a disaster. Immediate double kill for Velia, into an immediate double kill for Velia, double kill for Crownie, into a double kill for Velia. Yeah. Yeah, you still lose everyone for the Atacant. That's a lot of gold to give over, and now you're going to lose the Dragon as well. That'll be sole point. And not going to lie, Rise, Neferi, Kled, all horrifying with Cloud Soul. Corky's not bad as well, actually. Though he doesn't have to choose to proc it as easy as he did. Peter maybe keeps his form by some miracle, but Dogdom and Perfect are going to fall off so hard. They are wild players. Did he kill? Yes, he did. With the Titanic Hydra Order off a ward. Oh my god. It is the Titanic Hydra Order. There you go. Genius. Genius. So Ellis is a dead man. Pike from behind is not a fun experience. Xerxes is on a Vi. You go one direction, and that is in. To an early grave. They're losing 14-5. Tarzan was also close with the objective fights. He's just a really good jungler, is the honest answer. Tarzan is arguably the best jungler in the world. I think he's been on insane form. So, really good to see him turn up and play. I think Lost for Tone smashed this game for the record. If I said something different, it shouldn't be. I think Harpoon's actually played a really good tournament. I wouldn't judge him on this one game, Gabriel. And if you are, I think that's an issue. Looking like a shipwreck, stealing that one from a cast at some point. I do apologize, Dickerish. It's mine now. Thank you for feeding me inspiration. You're part of my ghostwriting team now. Zoalis is dead, I think. Oh, nearly Titanic Hydra'd him. I demand 25% royalties, yeah, of the 13 cents I earned from ad revenue this stream. Is Galleons really this bad? No, I don't think so. They're actually quite a good team. But I think they have run a Pike draft that has not snowballed early. They just pick up Nemesis. Faust is here, so is Velia. Oh, hang on, Titanic Hydra Order. Seren is so low, by the way. Dogs go forward, Xerxes lands the Cupid over his Crownie. They burn the minefield. They're also dead. They're also dead. Oh, dear. Now Reckless is here. They tried to kill Nemesis and try and play to say, look, you're on the other side of the map. We've got this. And then, unfortunately, the collapse timer from Lost of Tones is incredibly short. Why are we pausing? Okay, there was some internet issues. So apparently it's about a minute. So it shouldn't be too long. Oh, yeah, it doesn't look like it'd be too long a pause, guys. Unless they've changed it. Let me just double check. Doesn't look like it. Good news. Do they do rollbacks, chrono breaks? I think they have the tech for it. We've just not seen it. Thank you very much for the follow, Martina. Charging over to get towards Baron. Hey, Simi, good to see you. Veli's having a really good time of it. Didn't have much fun the first time they played Galleons. It's actually having a really good time on the Neferi here. This build is so high burst as well with Shojin stacked and Profane Hydra. Darkin Daggers also basically insta-stacks Black Cleaver, which is very, very nasty on Neferi. 4k lead in bot lane as well. I mean, this Yunara just doesn't get to play the game. But I'm not sure what Yunara does differently here to play the game from this position, though, you know? This will happen pretty much every fight unless someone defends you. And the only way that happens if you get to go first and have vision control, which just hasn't happened. Because on even terms, you will have at least one person, like, just jump at your face. Do my eyes deceive me? Bounce with 4 kills and only 2 deaths? Oh, this had better be a win. Yeah, I mean, exactly. The Kled has worked. On God. Been a good pick. Yunara into Pyke. I mean, it's very, very lane dominant, but that's partly why the Taeyun swap was really valuable, because Pyke into Kled is significantly less good on the whole. And so they didn't actually get the early lane dominance they were hoping for. Ironically, I think what you should have done is send Harpoon up to lane versus the Corki, because Yunara wins the 1v1 versus Corki. Oh, where did the audio go? Oh, there it is. Suddenly very quiet. Tempered Fate, Harpoon just about survives. Seren's okay. Oh, Nemesis, not great. Dies. Public Execution, nah, they've just got too much gold. Got too much gold. This is going to be a lot of kills for the Yunar, from the Neferi and the Kled. Nice attempt by Galleons, but in the end it's full house. 2 for Baus. 3 for Velia. GG. Nice. Nice. Just hit them with the wallets. The work there is done. Nice. Got your gamba back. Hell yes. I might need to actually do the gamba stuff myself because I think we have lost the mod that was managing it. Amber had to go. So give me a second. I may just need to manage it myself. Fine. I'll do it myself. Dashboard! What does that do? Hang on. What? We'll sort that in a bit. That's fine. This is what we need. I need. Stream magic. Good grief. My brain just shut off for a second. That was an unexpected game one from Bounce for sure. He played a really good game there. With the exception of getting killed on the proxy one time, we still have 20 CS from it. It worked really well. Where is the polling shenanigans? Manage poll? No. Predictions? Predictions? This is the one. Choose the app. Boom. Ta-da. I love seeing Kled run at the ADC. Like, there's nothing Yunara gets to do this game. Between Neferi ult and Bard throwing everything at them and a fed Neferi jumping at you. It's a rough time. 5-10 second delay? Just try double timing on YouTube, but it should be this. It should be coming at the same time. Theoretically. But glad to have you in here nonetheless. Pick your viewing channel of point. It's going to be Returns versus LFL. May well be. May well be. I feel like a lost Returns should probably end up with a matchup against KCB. I wonder whether Galleons might have been figured out a bit since the last time they matched up. But we shall see. Thank you for the follow, Banished. And Rabiem. Ooh, my brain's a bit fried. Nemesis got outdamaged by 0-4 Talia. I mean, Nemesis was side laning quite a lot. Nemesis was ironically the target they tried to shut down. Here's what it is. And the Talias ended up hitting the front line a bit more. I don't think Nemesis actually did all that much this game, really. It wasn't about him, though. It didn't need it to. It is a good sign when you can have Nemesis not necessarily be the main character and still do well in terms of how things all go. Why is Baus not inting Sion? Because it got banned, I believe. Or if not, they decided to go something different. Well, I mean, the Kled worked very well this game, so I don't complain about it too much. Let's run some ads between games.
Able to do it, and I'll tell you, it's really difficult. Our tech and tools.
Not what I wanted to do. That was the winter map thing. Oh, yeah, we can show the winter map. No. If you've not seen this, by the way, it's super exciting. Hang on, there we go. Go away. Close. Ah, there we go. This is great.
Need some work. Hand painting everything in the map itself is a lot of effort.
We've got the winter map back, guys.
Clarity. And can we just talk about how even though it's winter in the northern hemisphere, in the southern hemisphere, it's summer. And isn't that where Medler's from? He's from New Zealand, right? So I don't know if we're gonna be able to pull it off. But you know what? Because you really asked
right, I believe so. His zero in? I'll double check for you.
Somewhere else. It's winter everywhere on Summoner's Rift.
First Wimper map? Oh, it'll be a good time. Like, I'm just excited to have Baron with his fancy hat back. This is really cool. Festive Baron. This is just cool. Look at his mitts. Look at his dumb hats. This is excellent. Whoa. Oh, yeah. That's fine. There we go. Problem solved. Let me go look up the match history from Air Masters, because I think you might be right. Because it was... I don't see Swiss. I want round of 16. I just want Swiss. Good grief. Where's Lost Returns? Yeah, they lost to Galleons. Round 6. That's when it was. Yeah, it was 2-1. They lost 2-1 to Galleons. Is when that happened. So it was a close one. Hey, Christian, good to have you in here. Where art thou, my YouTube chat? I've lost you. There you are. Yeah, there'll be a new Windows 11 update. I've refused to update this PC to Windows 11 while I'm still streaming off it for world stuff. It'll have to wait. It'll have to wait. I never left. Hello, Corky sound effect. YouTube chat is smelly. I never left. Nice to have you back. Brrr. It's alright, it's not as bad as I expected. I've got it on my laptop and it's fine, but it's just I don't want to have to deal with my PC is just getting a bit old, is the honest answer. I need to update it at some point, but that would involve money. That little thing that is a requirement for life. LR 3-0 Vitality B 3-0 Galleons. They'll have basically just dealt with the entire LFL here. The UI is meh. It's not fantastic, but I will say a lot of what I don't like about Windows 11 UI is that I'm just used to Windows 10 UI at this point. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Didius Iratus. I think is the correct pronunciation there. Didius Iratus. Very cool name. I'm assuming that it sounds Latin to me. Saying Windows 11 bricks too much for me to want to bother in the coming 2 years. It's Dideus. Not I will something. I'm not the disgraced rapper. Unless it's Eos Iratus with did at the front. But yeah, I'm going to wait a little bit before I end up moving it. I wish I would have 30 cents. That would be huge. You changed my shit. DI is just the initials. Ah. Gotcha. Deus Iratus. That makes a lot more... DI Deus Iratus. Fair enough. That would make more sense. Some form of deity. First pick, next game predictions. Ooh. If it's... okay. So what are your first pick options? Rise is gone. Oriana, Wukong, Jarvan. I know it's not great at Worlds. Is actually pretty good at ERL level. Kai'Sa's a rough one, the first pick. But you can do it. But then you really need to guarantee a lane dominant pick alongside it, like the Nico. And with the Bard, you're running a little bit short on options there. You could Nico. I don't like seeing it too much. But like LR rolled a GL in first game. They did. Big time. Returns win. Who wins the series? I think it's probably Lost Returns. Is the form they're coming in on. See where the Galleons can adjust. Because I think LR have kind of figured out how they want to play versus the current meta a bit better now. Oh, thank you very much, Arialis, for the gift subs. Really, really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Thank you for that. You're all stuck in here now. No leaving. Not allowed. Basically Latin for angered god, Iratus. I can see that is then. You're going to have a Final Fantasy Dissidia move. Very good. In fairness, Final Fantasy have got some very cool ability names. It has to be said. Heartless Angel for Sephiroth. Leaves you at 1 HP and 1 mana. What do you miss? You missed LR winning game 1. Any mods got subscription this time? I don't think they did, actually. They usually improve a lot after quarters. I agree. They do tend to lock in as playoffs go on. These are delayed slightly. I believe they are just a bit. Shouldn't be super delayed from here. But I say we should be coming in shortly. As I said. There we go. Move that over. Okay. Isn't that the win move of Chaos? Probably is. Best of 3 or best of 5 is best of 5. Right, so Lost Returns back on blue side. Okay, well, they don't want to give Lost Returns red side, which is fair enough. They are a very dangerous red side team, actually. We dine as we dance, no mods, no bans. Monty's careful. At this rate, I'll make you a mod, and then you'll have to deal with it all. Don't tempt me. This is best of 5, yes. Jarvan ban, Rumble ban, Oriana ban. Okay. I think you ban Wukong here or first pick it. Although I do wonder whether Xerxes does play Kiana, I think. There is a Kiana angle here for Galleons if they want to try and take that option. Sion is banned. Oh no, I'll be crazy with power, it's true. Yeah, it's true. How's first go? I had to do my sit because I had to cook. Very dominant from Lost Returns. The Pike Vi never really got to do the combo thing. There was a very good team fight where Reckless just broke their ankles. And ever after that, the fact they were playing very short range comp with a Yunara who just had everyone running in her face and no real way to disengage became very problematic. She just kept dying in every fight. Not a lot she could do about it. Kiana ban. I'm glad they're finally respecting the Kiana. I think it is just too good. Wukong first pick. That's what I'd do at this point. Jarvan's gone. Neferi's gone. I think it's a Xin Zhao angle then probably for jungle. If they want that option. You could Kai'Sa Nico here if you want to take it. Jace blind alongside the Maokai. So Jace Maokai used to be a really big pairing because Maokai used to basically ensure that Jace never missed his combos. Used to be for when Jace was mid lane, actually, as well. And obviously, I think Seren is a bit of a Jace enjoyer. So we may see it mid yet. Syndra lock-in. Weird into Jace if it is going to be flexed down there. You tend to lose the poke wars. And if you misuse your Scout of the Week, Jace all-ins you and does a lot more damage just on the all-in with the hammer form as well. How much the Galleon's crew is X-Pro? Xerxes and Zoella. Seren is a former Worlds attendee. He was in, was it TCL or CBLOL he found a lot of success in. And Xerxes, of course, is one of the legendary EU junglers. So. Is Ragnar Korean? I don't think so. I think he's French. Nah, so it is going to be the Jace mid for Seren. It's a Seren special. Yeah, so Jace Maokai mid jungle used to be a thing when Jace was last mid lane. Scout and Tarzan used to do a lot of work with it back in the day. Remember the days of Lee Sin mid? I do. I remember Lee Sin top as well from the likes of Cabo Shot once upon a time. Bao Sante. Intrude. That is true. Baoson Cassante. I kind of blanked on that a little bit. We don't see a lot of Baoson Cassante. Huh. He finally learned it after it's always kind of fallen away from being as good as it was. Grief. Good grief. It's a meh matchup into Gnar, but it'll be fine. You can basically, the moment mini Gnar comes out, you can get a lot of value. AP Cassante, don't bring about that horror into the world. Still, it's good zone control and more disruptions, more CC. It also is very good into Maokai. Because basically, everyone stands behind Cassante who presses W and basically buffers his way through the CC of the Maokai, which can be very useful in the ult. Now, so Syndra feels like a strongest champ. It is probably his best champ, I think. Consistently over the year. Double AD carry bans, double support bans away from Zolas, the big playmakers. Zolas always was a Blitzcrank enjoyer, so that makes sense. What are you locking here? Jhin for more CC, a little low on damage then. But you would have very, very good setup and good range. You could Ziggs with the Maokai. Suppose if you really want to, you can Zeri. Yeah, Ziggs might be just the easy answer. Got good setup for it already. Double poke corn out, plus the saplings. Whoever gets hit by the Maokai up will have all of the artillery thrown at their face. You now very heavily outrange Lost Returns as well. Jhin Alistair might be the option here. Deadly Flourish plus Syndra E is good pick. Brownie enjoys this. You could Ezreal here as well, but I think you're in danger of just losing the poke war a bit. It'll be Jhin Alistair. Yeah. As expected. It does mean you're down Alistair for potential Trundle angle from Xerxes in Game 3 if we get there. Protobot Cassante incoming. Don't encourage this Denki Dank. Is it not? It's best of 5. It is best of 5. It is best of 5. It is best of 5 for Cobra. KC Blue and Heretics already have LEC teams. Is it confirmed that if they win, they can't go forwards? I actually don't know what the rules are there. Because I'm still trying to figure that one out. Not liking Galleon's draft. It's a bit 2022. Well, 2023 as well. It's a bit 2023, but the concept makes sense. You have Nautilus and Maokai to set up for Jason Ziggs to absolutely blast you with their full combos. And there isn't... That's the idea. And you just play poke from range. And between saplings and Jace and Ziggs, you win extended poke wars, and you've got very nasty all-in on a target that's hit by important CC. You want to get into river first. You want to hold court. You want to force people to walk through all of your poke and all of your saplings and blast them that way. Lost Trends have got a lot of good ways as we go. across the rift. I thought that was quite a good impression. Thank you. Hire me, Star Wars sound engineers. But the thing is, Lost Trends have actually got quite a lot of good ways to manage the CC that they do have. Cassante W, Wukong Clone, Alistair R. And Lost Trends have got a good pick of their own, right? Everyone's bringing CC. The follow-up is good. Syndra Scout of the Week, Deadly Flourish follows up on Alistair Engage, Wukong Ult, another pause. The hardest CC of them all. The hardest CC of them all. Hopefully it won't be a long one. We'll find out. Looks like we're straight back in. Good news. Good news, everybody.
Minions have spawned.
Let's see how this one goes. Yeah. Poke doesn't bite on late game Cassante, but it does on Syndra, Jhin, Wukong. Even Alistair, actually. Poke is surprisingly good into Alistair, because if it forces him down to half HP, or forces him to ult, it's a bad time. And you do need to get through abilities to get Triumphant Roar off. It can be pretty good. That's nice from Saren early onto the Syndra. Like, you do beat Syndra early. Syndra has never liked champions that trade better than her from range. And Jace's ability to say, cool, you've scattered the weak, I can now hammer form, Q, auto, E, run away, is very frustrating. The phase rush will be good. I don't know about first strike in this matchup. I feel like that's very unlikely to generate leads, because I feel like Jace is going to hit you as often as you do first. But hey, who knows? Maybe you can land a good scatter the week from a while away, you'll be alright. Value's mid early. Level 3. They don't know Value's here. This is the Force of Will. Where's Scatter the Weak angle? They really want to look at this. Saren's got to have an idea. Nice. Shock Blast. He's dead. Nice. Overstep from Saren. Very good. Very good. He saw that he'd hit Nemesis with a really good Shock Blast. Excellent, I can threaten this. And just wasn't respecting Velia. Will help get the shove in. Zoelis was on the roam already, and they just time it well. He won't be able to hold the wave. Oh, he does just about hold it. Good work from Zoelis. Titan's Wrath shield. Velia will delay his clear a bit to make this happen. So probably what he will do is he'll do blue buff into Scuttle Crab, finish his 2 camps, and then debate actually reverse clearing back down. Because the timers will be about there for the second set of camps on bot side to respawn. So yeah, I'm imagining Velia will now just go topside Scuttle and then clear down. Taeyun swapping to EMEA Masters. Happen both games. Happen both games. And Gnar is actually not great into range matchup because your base stats as Minimar are so atrocious. You just lose those trades. And Reckless is here, so I don't actually think you get that much value here. Yeah, Reckless just buys a load of space. They do chunk Nemesis at least. Scout of the Week. Saren can't get too much more. Does get the passive auto off. Nemesis is going to have to reset here, which is the annoying thing for him. And because they know Wukong is topside and has to clear his camps, you're going to see Zoelis go in and get a load of wards down. So if we just move the camera around a little bit here. Wrong thing. If we look over here, you can see Zoelis has basically just gone all the way around here and get a load of wards down. He's only got one on the Raptor for now, which is a bit annoying because he's not had a chance to go back and get stuff, actually. So I thought he'd have a bit more value. But still, those are good wards. Raptor wards are fantastic ones. Fantastic ones to get against enemy junglers. Because it gives you so much idea about where they are on the map and what they're going to do. Because the Raptors has got a lot of exits out. Because you can go into river, you can go into mid, you can go down towards red buff. Head over towards dragons. Lots of good value there that gives you coverage on roams from mid. Idea about where jungler is in their clear. It's very easy to get in and out of to put the ward down. Great ward location in general. Mid laners, you can ward it just yourself. Junglers, support, consider dropping your wards there when you get the opportunity as well. It's a very, very strong ward in general. Any idea why Twitch looks so much better than the YouTube stream? I actually don't know. Can you explain Syndra stacking? Yes. Kazis, do you mind explaining? Is it like YouTube stream shouldn't be having anything crazy with it? It might be just where you're watching from. Because sometimes YouTube's doing some weird things. What quality you can watch it at? Oh, Midlands. Oh, nice. I'm a Nottingham boy myself, so. Hey up. But that's weird. It shouldn't be particularly crazy. Yeah, not seeing anything super crazy. Nemesis gets jumped on. Seren has once again gone all in. Should be able to run away with phase rush and form change. Value might look at this regardless, actually. Reckless is coming as well. Doesn't have level 6, though. But we'll force Seren back a bit. There's the form change. Won't be able to get anything more. Nemesis is having a little bit of an issue in terms of the trades, but this is what we were expecting. Miss game 1. Is LR back in form? Looks to be. Oh, nice flash on in. Oh, observers. We need to see that Xerxes was there. Yeah, he tried to clear the wave out. Agreed to stay and died for it. Let me check my YouTube as well to make sure it's not a problem there. Should be fine. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything crazy here. That seems fine. Yeah, nothing, no issues there either. Encoder's fine. Latency. It might be a latency thing, but I don't think it's that crazy, honestly. Okay. YouTube is fine for me. Okay, that's fine. No idea then the answer, because everything seems fine on my end. I don't know how Secret Whales win against CFO sometimes. Secret Whales are VCS incarnate, right? VCS incarnate. Absolute chaos. If they can drag you into the mud and force you to permanently get to their pace of the game, which is permanent pop quizzes, right? It's like, we're doing this, what are you going to do? We're doing this, what are you going to do? And if you answer the questions correctly, they fall apart. But if you don't, and they get to keep skirmishing and looking for plays and keeping the pace really, really fast, they get very, very dangerous, very, very fast. Raw VCS at its best. About 10 seconds behind the Twitch, but working fine. Fair enough. Don't know why it's 10 seconds behind. Might just be a latency thing there. Yeah, Doggo obviously was in the LPL and just played very poorly over there, which is a real shame. Had a very rough time on Ultra, but he's returned back to LCP and it's been amazing. It's been really, really good. Sorry it's been a delay there. There you go. Is what it is. Come join us on Twitch if you need that delay. But again, it's only 10 seconds, so if you like the YouTube player, which is probably superior, stick there. Not a problem. Who do you think fit more and more in T1, Doran or Zeus? I think T1 more naturally fit with Zeus because the team understood how he worked. It took them a little while to readjust to Doran. I think Doran's been good with them. I think it will be quite a statement if they manage to lose Zeus, who was such a core part of how they played the game, to move towards Doran, who they have actually put a lot of faith in to be a carry as the year has gone on. And it's taken a little while, but they are now there where they can manage that. But if they can win well to make a good run with him, that would be a great statement. I think Zeus is still the better player on that. Just in general. Faust is potentially just dead here. Unfortunate kill to give over, and that is Feats of Warfare. Kill for the Gnar. Twitch not loading in my browser for some reason. Small delay is worth to be able to watch. Sorry about that. Part of me is happy that Doggo flopped to the LPL so we can see the CFL roster work out. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I also just think that, oh, what happened mid? Just Seren just jumped all in. Seren, Jace. I mean, Jace into Syndra used to be a thing. Partly because of just this. The moment Syndra uses her EQ, your ability to shock blast her, because you trade range better than she does them, especially with shock blast, outranges her EQ quite easily. And then you can just all in, particularly at components, and just do a lot more damage than her. And Seren on the Jace could definitely be a carry threat here, especially if you get to the point where like a Maokai route into a Jace combo leads to instant one-shot. Jeff, initialize Bezos. That's the one. You know it. Born in 1964, Jeffrey Bezos. There was a question about how Syndra stacking worked, by the way, as well, which we can chat about. So Syndra's stacks are called Splinters of Wrath, and she gets them from hitting champions with her abilities or from killing cannon minions, basically. And the splinters, for every breakpoint, you get basically upgraded abilities. Remember how Syndra used to upgrade her abilities pre-rework? It's basically that, as Crowny's going to get run out by Ragnar, has to flash. That's not great. This is not looking as good from LR in the early game. Some very unneeded, unforced errors individually in the laning. After a really good early gank from Lost Returns, there's been some very silly errors. Wig looking great, Jeff. Thanks. You know me. Huge capitalist, billionaire. Just moonlight as an impoverished esports caster. Doesn't she have to combo? I think it is 2 abilities you have to hit, yes. And basically every breakpoint gives you different stuff. And it caps out at 120 stacks. Decent chunk there from Baus. He goes all out. There's going to be a Mega Gnar, though. And yeah, I mean, Baus, that's just not good. That's not great. Don't know what to tell you. Posture check. Yes, boss. Yeah, but I say, I think you do have to hit, like, 2 abilities. It's Transcendence, the name of it, but she basically stacks Splinters of Wrath. See, it's 2 abilities, killing a large minion, ranking up an ability with any skill point beyond level 1 grants 5 splinters. So also leveling up gives you splinters as well, basically. So the better you farm, namely cannon minions, large monsters, hitting dragons, is actually why being involved in dragon kills is important for Syndra. Grubs as well are great splinter sources. You want to be hitting champions with lots of abilities, and that's really important. You got some very important breakpoints. Because when you transcend, it's like when you get 40 Splinters of Wrath, you get more Dark Sphere charges. So you can stack 2 Dark Spheres, which is really important. When you get 60 Splinters of Wrath, you get the W upgrade, Force of Will. Does a lot more true damage. You get the true damage spike on your W, which is really important to tanks and just raw damage output. When you get 80, you get your Scatter the Weak upgrade, which is really important. So that's where you get the better angle, you get the slow, and you get a bit of a knockback, which is nice. So basically just getting it with a better scatter. It's probably the least good of the breakpoints. 100 Splinters of Wrath grants you the execute on your ult. And 120 gives you 15% extra AP. So you get half a death cap, which is wild. Crowny's about to die here horribly. Gonna try and farm the wave instead. Dies. In the jungle, though, we did see a kill go towards Nemesis, who managed to unleash the power with the assistance of Elia's Cyclone and get a kill onto Harpoon, which is nice. They did get all 3 grubs as well, which is very nice. So you take them. Itenates aren't in English? Oh, yeah. Probably in French. Would be my assumption, considering the TO is a French TO. Not played the game in a year. That's fair. I definitely watch more of the game than I play it these days. Game's still really fun. I enjoy it. It's just like... One of the things I find is, like, to actually be good at League, you have to play it a lot. And you have to play it very consistently. And if actually I am now doing... What am I doing? I had... You know, 2 best of 3s this morning. A couple hours off this afternoon where I needed a nap because I've been done in from the crazy starts. Into best of 5 this evening. In my time off, I've still got to eat and cook and clean and do taxes and all these other things. And see my brother and have a social life. I don't actually have that much time to play League. Never mind do something that's not League related. It's just quite a lot. Especially as I'm not a pro player. It's a lot. LR scale better? Yes. Although I say that, Jason Zig's not bad scaling. Syndra is a better scaler. Wukong gets really annoying. I do think they will hit a point where they are more able to blow up galleons than vice versa, though I don't think it is an outright statement. Why are we quoting Gimli and Legolas in chat, Kaiser? You don't have to wait for the splinter, you just build AD, use Psycho. Nemesis should survive, does, but that's the other threat, right? Is Zig sits in mid, and whenever the Nautilus or the Maokai make a play on a side lane with the Jace or the Gnar, you just have the Zig's ult come flying on in, which can be pretty nasty as well. Poke comps need to be ahead. Yes, that's true. However, I do think the Jace getting early gold is good news for Galleons. And Ragnar is a potential split push win condition on this Gnar, because I don't think either Cassandra or the Syndra are going to have much fun into the Gnar in the side lane right now. Especially when you can throw a Maokai ult or a Ziggs ult from halfway across the map. Ah, thank you, Kaiser. Appreciate it. As you can see. For me, it's the Rohirrim charge, Battle of Pelennor Field. It's just magical. It's just magical. That whole charge is awesome. Today is a red day. Shields will be splintered. Spears will be broken. Barath and Ruin. 4th Aelingus. I think the game will end when they fight for Atakan. It does feel like an Atakan flip game. Baus, he is actually just dead here, by the way. Ragnar's going to keep running in with this Hyperproc. Yeah. Oh, Baus. There is a real world here where Ragnar's about to fully take over this game, by the way. Yeah, Seren, that's really unfortunate. Does miss the Dark Sphere, but it's going to get scattered, and the power is unleashed on the nerd. I got a Master once exactly 7 years ago, and I've just not bothered less and less since. It's fair. Triforce, yep. Gets Hyperprocs and Triforce, and just keeps running at him. Wow, Synth Machine, there is a bit of inta going on. It's true. Nemesis is at least scary this game. And at least they took the grubs to the Gnar isn't just immediately... If the Gnar had 3 grubs right now, that'd be another half the turret gone easy. We should have the Inter emote.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Don't think the Cassante's cooking. Oh, did we drop some frames? Oh, sorry about that. What do you think of CFO vs AL today? Really fun series. Really fun series. Tarzan ended up being a bit of a problem. Oh, nasty combo. Yeah, Ziggs Nautilus does Ziggs Nautilus things. Crowny gets blasted. And that was without burning any summoners from GL, by the way. That's nice. Just land the hook, forehead. Collector Lord Doms just hit the front line really hard. Fine, but unfortunate. That's a fair amount of gold that's just gone the way of Galleon's way the last few moments with the Gnar and the Ziggs getting gold.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
Crowny, wait, didn't see Naughty Trap next to him. Oh, bloody hell. Yep, that's going to be Dragon. And Soul Point for Galleons. Infernal Soul for Ziggs, Jace, and Maokai Saplings. Mmm, delicious. Baus forgot Proto Belt. Ah, of course. That would have changed it. I think LR's comp is weaker overall. It's got good pick and burst. I just think it kind of does a little bit of what Galleon's does, but worse in some ways. At least early on. The Jace is a good match into Syndra, or at least historically has been. And yes, Syndra's got a good early goldie, and Syndra could end up blasting people, but I think the Nara's managed to get a really good lead out of the Cassante. Maokai's in a fine spot. He's actually up CS on Wukong, which is wild to me, and is a second item. Largely off the Prio mid and where the Nara's been. So Wukong's had to drop quite a lot of farm, which means Wukong's trapped at 24 is actually quite squishy. They're going to Herald charge this. Herald plus Ziggs means this turret is gone. And now they can potentially force attack on. Ragnar gets out, not a problem. Burn. Jace gets shoved through mid. That's a lot of turrets for Galleon. Seren gets to reset, having just killed a turret and pick up another item, I would imagine. Here we go. If LR fumble, this is his game for Galleon. And yeah, there is a world where Ziggs just ends up outranging and being a real problem. As you see, Baus is just not tanky. Baus is going to have to leave. He's not on TP. I mean, good grief. They can't find a way into the river. Meganar angle. Curtains called. Xerxes taken quite low. Zoelis is in danger. Has to flash. Fourth shot angle. Veli can go and steal it! Tried to play it with the timing on the Maokai Q. Doesn't happen. That is a pretty big one. So Velia got in range to contest it, and Xerxes just held his nerve, basically. Velia goes and tries and smites about 2.5. Yeah, basically trying to mind game when the smite's coming on through. And Xerxes says, yeah, I bet you do. And especially because you're into Maokai, who can Q smite. Very hard to outsmite that as Syndra tries to get the execute and doesn't. Nemesis dies. This is looking pretty tricky now. Infernal Soul in 2 minutes, and they're going to have to fight again there. They can't afford not to. It's where the Org's from. Plus, it's an ERL thing for NLC as well, where Orgs often are from a place, but they'll pick up players from NLC in general because of the way the region rules work. So I think the Org is like incorporated in the UK and stuff. So like their offices such as they are in London. Yes, it's also Fearless here, so it will be banning pick champion. 0. Caedrel's bedroom is the office, basically. Yeah. Please not be a 3-0. It's not looking like it right now. I think if Galleons win this next fight, we are looking... Will likely be... a 1-1. They'd like to get... They've only got 1 turret right now, Lost Returns. Ugh. If Nemesis could just get... Nemesis really needs another 10 spheres. 10 spheres, 10 splinters.
Red team's turret has
Bring back LMQ. Xiao Wei Xiao. I still think Jin is a fine ADC. I just don't think people actually get what he brings to a team. Ragnar's about to 1v1. This game is not on the Jin. Oh, dear. This game is not on the Jin. This is on... Nemesis getting caught out multiple times mid by the Jace. This is on Ragnar absolutely blasting Baus. Like, any AD carry here doesn't change anything. Like, mid-jungle top ended up getting quite diffed. For all that Nemesis got a gold lead, I don't think it's been enough and has died quite a lot of times in important moments. Alistair's good into the Maokai. They drafted really heavily to ensure the Maokai ults weren't the threat. And I've just not found ways to deal with the fact that they are, like, horribly outranged by Chase Ziggs. And the Gnar getting so far ahead has meant they're an additional carry that they just don't have an answer to in a side lane. GG next. Yeah, pretty much. This one is done. Yep. Valor even this game, Jhin is good. Yeah, and also like this bit, like it's fine. Like Jhin also like reminder how Jin's passive works, folks. You get 4 to 44% bonus AD based on your level. That is then also increased by a percentage of your crit and attack speed. Which basically means you go exponential as you get higher levels and more items. Once you have 75% crit and X amount of attack speed, and level, yeah, you actually end up with an insane amount of extra AD basically off that. You end up at about 80 plus bonus AD, which is really important for you hitting people in the face and just popping them for an insane amount of damage, which is on not something that's not your fourth shot. Is there an in-person final from here? Yes, it'll be at Paris Games Week. They are losing this game really badly. Nemesis also just didn't get any. Nemesis still didn't have his 120 stacks until like 25 minutes, by the way, as well. So he just wasn't hurting people as much as he should have done. This has been demolition. It's basically an inverse of game one. Damn. GG. Starting things won't be a 3-0. Yeah, I kind of thought it might be with what I saw from both teams in quarters, and I was kind of wrong. Not quarters. Semi. Round of 16. That's the name of it. GG. Jhin is good like Caitlyn. Sadly, it was a lose game when they got top got too strong. Yeah, that made things very difficult. And also, Crowley ended up blowing his summoners a lot. Got caught out in mid lane that one time. Like, it wasn't good for me either. Bam, bam, ba-da-da-do. Ba-da-da-da-do. Periphery enjoyers, I'm just saying this riff is just light from Periphery. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. There you go. See, I told you. That is the joke. Indeed. I think Alice thought to themselves that had too easy to make it harder. Like, this draft makes sense if you actually get to play the comp. They didn't. Syndra never actually... Syndra got blasted by the Jace in a way I don't think they were necessarily expecting, and so the Syndra actually never got to play. For all that she got a gold lead and some decent shutdowns, she never actually got to be a genuine threat. She was always being managed by the Jace HP-wise. Like, how many times we see Seren chunking out Nemesis? And the Ziggs and the Gnar were just blasting people from miles away. Like, we'll see the damage numbers here, right? Like, Nemesis did an amount of damage. That's it. Crowny nearly did 200 more damage than Zoelis. That's it. 10,000 damage leads in top. 10,500 damage lead in bot and mid as well. Like, that is just a massive gap. Massive gap. I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you. Not great. Silver Script's still the best song. It is. Actually, I'm going to show you this song. Because then you'll understand what I mean about this bit of music. This is going to get us... This will be a copyrighted music. I'm just warning you. But that's just the way it is. Periphery Light. Ooh, Alter Bridge are playing. Fun. Periphery. Give me light. Right. Listen to this track and understand what I'm talking about with the riff. See? 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 It is. It is just the like. That's every time I hear the post game hype music. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. It's a great song. It's a great song. Reminds me of Transformers. No, they're not them. We've got Polyphia. We've got Spirit Box doing 2XKO. Are Periphery doing any of that? They did. They had Misha Mansour, the main guitarist from Periphery. They've got a lot of them, to be fair. Doing Halo 2 Anniversary. What was the song? Light by Periphery. Light by Periphery. It's a great track from their original album. It's good fun. Uncanny. Anyway, that's what I heard. And I went, oh yeah, let's put this back on. Anyway, I'm gonna get myself some more tea, and I'll be back in a second. Legends Never Dies, one of the best songs of League of Legends. Your song is really nice too. It's a good song. I do like Periphery. Very good band. Saw them live when I was 14, many years ago now. They were great fun. With Monuments and Tesseract supporting in Rock City Basement Stage. Few hundred of us. It was a great time.
Oh, tea is brewing.
Oh. Oh, let's go this legend. That's coming looking at it. Oh, was someone being... Wow. Someone came and was decided to be very mean. That's what, with a name like that, my assumption is that is in fact just a bait person. Fair enough. Wow. To be honest, someone coming in with a bait account to throw bait into chat, like really low effort bait as well. Quite poor, really. Harpoon need to pop off next map. Well, we'll see. He is quite good. I've been largely rated Harpoon this tournament. And when the Whiplash is real. I think I still give them the edge. I need to see them have, like, I don't think they respected the Sarah and Jace mid very well and got a bit done in by it. I want to go brew tea and there's a war in Twitch chat. Good grief. Good grief. To draft we go. Much more interesting. Much more interesting. Alrighty then. But a moment. What a moment as I move my camera. Yes, yes. The camera has been moved. Given the edge, they've been edging me from the start of the tournament. They do like to play it close, don't they? They do like to play it close. Right, so. Galleons. Blue side, LR get to choose red. Gonna force Rakan, Volley, and Poppy bans. Okay, so a lot of Battles champions and Reckless best engaged champion that's met at the minute. We've not seen as much Rel of late. I think Rel's nerfs have actually made her significantly riskier than she once was. But they're going to first pick Rel. I mean, Zoelis is a nice Rel enjoyer, but literally the moment I say it, they lock that in. That's wild. Went for a break and got your own Boston Tea Party going on. Danke, you're not even wrong. Not even wrong. Immediate Braum. I mean, this is one of the issues that Rel has ran into. There's actually quite a lot of good anti-engaged sports in the game right now. Alistair gets away with it by virtue of just being very tanky. Early Viego. Mintavelia special. Go on. My goat. They've just decided to play it themselves. Right. 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 So, Kiana. Here's the thing with Kiana. You, at the minute, you're doing one quadrant, backing for longsword, getting back out on the rift, and basically looking to finish your second quadrant, fight over Scuttle Crab, and then basically get a second clearing before you need to reset again, which feels very, very, very good. It's very strong in the team fights right now. It's probably the hardest snowballing and carrying jungler in the meta right now. You team fight really well, you skirmish really well, you snowball really well. For my money, if you're a good Kiana, it's one of the very best ways for a jungler to take over a game. However, you do have to be good at the champion. Response is going to be Xerxes, who's likely going to be locking in the Silas. Serin plays it, but I think at the minute Xerxes has been playing it more in the jungle, if my memory serves. And actually, Kiana ult is a pretty rough one to give to Silas, who obviously gets a lot of value from it. So we can end up with the whole river just turning into a massive wall of explosions. Bobby, what the hell? What was with the random classism? Chill, my guy. No more statement. One more statement like that. I'm just getting rid of you for the records. That's wild. I wonder if Velia decides to shadow Baus because everyone goes on him. Yeah, definitely worth it. I mean, you've now got Galio as well. So Kiana Galio is a really nasty combo. Kiana goes in. Galio jumps on top. Bad time. Could also be Baus top on the Galio. Not in Twitch, no. It was just a random comment about the wealth of Europe. I was like, who does that? Bizarre commentary. Are we getting Elsevier and LPL key out of this game? Very true. I have no idea. Casa Kiana. Very true. Possible. That was my reaction, Corey. Yeah, getting rid of the Aatrox. There is a world where they're just throwing this Galio top with the expectation there's a world where Ragnar's playing the Aurora there. Galio's okay into Aurora. There's a lot of poor people in Europe. It's true. Depending on which country you're in particularly. So, Smolder ban away from Harpoon, who has back towards that. We've got a lot of AD carry bans at this point. Are we Kaisering here for Crowny? You with the Braum, so Lucian is a possibility as well. It's quite a short range comp from Galleons as well, so quite a lot of world where you can dash around a bit. Tristana's fine, but it's another decent ult for the Silas to steal. Hyperscaler, mobility. Crowny does enjoy it. Okay. It's going to be cinema. One would imagine with the Kiana, I agree. Ezreal. Fine here, I think. Enough mobility to kind of manage the Braum, Kiana, Galio well enough. What are we locking in then for? We're basically waiting to see where the Aurora and Silas are going. There's a couple flexes here. You can throw Silas mid, Aurora top. So there's a world where the Silas goes jungle or mid. There's a world where the Aurora goes mid or top. This will decide that. And either way, the Galio is a flex for Lost Returns. So looks like it'll be the Silas jungle with the Yorick thrown top. Do they want a Baus champion here? They could Gragas here. But we've already seen Baus kind of have a bad time on Gragas into the Yorick. I wouldn't like that one especially. Galio. AP Jax. Hops out of the cage quite well. Could be a Jax angle. Cho'Gath, of course. What am I thinking is Baus into Yorick as well. People were playing Cho'Gath into Yorick for a long time. Basically because Cho'Gath passive gives you HP back when minions die around you. The Mistwalkers count as minions for the purposes of that passive, which makes it quite good into Yorick, at least surviving the lane. So that can be a decent option. So, you have now got Cho'Gath Galio as your front line with the Braum. You're quite reliant on the Kiana to make plays happen. But if you do make it happen, it can be pretty nasty. Galleons are quite short range. So, you will, with the exception of the Ezreal, have fairly good options to punish in the river. There's going to be a fair amount of emphasis on Crowny to get a lot of value down in extended team fights, but that's doable. Silas hates Cho'Gath, though you can steal the Feast, which is a good ult to steal. You can steal the Hero's Entrance. You can afford to steal Tristana ult. That's not the best, but it's fine. Braum ult's fine. But yeah, Feast, Hero's Entrance, Supreme Display of Talent are all phenomenal ults. And Buster Shot and Glacial Fissure are fine as well. So there's a world where Xerxes on this Silas has some very nice ults to steal. The only thing into Cho'Gath is if you go diving in, immediately get silenced and feasted, your ability to play around HP bar just doesn't work anymore. So do keep your eyes on it. There's a world where Silas goes in, gets immediately silenced and one shot by Kiana Cho'Gath. Why does Silas hate Cho? Because you are a melee champion who requires to go through a lot of spell rotations into Feral Scream. And if you get Feral Scream into Rupture, into Feast, you die. Stealing Feast feels very good, but this will be Baus's AP Cho'Gath, which can be really, really nasty. So, like, don't get me wrong, you can absolutely get value out of the Cho'Gath as a Silas. It's just there is this nagging suspicion I have that you will go diving in, get silenced, and just go, oh dear, I can't get through my rotations. Right, not allowing Academy tiers to Tier 1 events is very considered how it works in other region promotion of Valorant as well. Yes, I know they do, but this is a bit different because it's only coming in for a single tournament. So we shall see how it goes. And there's been no confirmations yet, because I think it'll still feel very rough for the Academy teams. And I wonder what that would then mean if this becomes a regular thing for players choosing their teams, because I think it could really devalue Academy pool. You get extra health from Stolen Feast as well? I do believe you do, yes.
Are you not intrigued? A lot of good mages out there.
But thanks for the heads up, Dio. Kane on Bush at Monty's, I saw that.
Minions have spawned.
No one can burst Cho'Gath on the side of Galleons. It'll be AP Cho'Gath, so that will definitely be an issue. And you have got 4 damage dealers, so I think you can probably do it. My issue is more that the range you're going to be playing into is pretty scary into Braum, Cho'Gath, Kiana, Galio. Who've got quite a lot of nasty CC and burst combos of their own. I think a lot of these skirmishes are going to get very bloody, guys, which should be very exciting. That's the way it is. Let me go pick up my tea. I returneth. Nothing crazy's happened. No flashes have been blown. There has now, literally as I come back. Did LR win draft? I like their draft. It'll be a lot of this will depend on the carry jungles doing carry jungle things. I think for me. Nice from Zoelis. No, he's just punched. Oh dear, this could really suck for the Rel, but does manage to get out with the heal and the flash. Needed to, though. Ragnar gets knocked up by the Rupture. Mistwalker's still running at Baus. There's a world where the Rel catches Baus here. A flash, Rupture. Morning Mist lands. Xerxes can look for this. Watch for the flash. Yeah, dead. That gonna suck. Because again, there's basically, if the Silas gets rolling, that will still be a problem. Veli has blown all of his cooldowns. He could have a really bad time here. Zoelis, I think, is dead. The Aurora's coming. Won't matter, I don't think. The heal's still decent. Does delay Zoelis getting to lane. And that means that the Ezreal has a bit of a rough time. Doesn't interrupt the back. Let's have a look at this again. So Nemesis just eats a big trade from Seren, I'm assuming. Yeah. Twofold Hex, Spirit Abjuration, Part 2. Ooh, Justice Punch. Ooh, and the Taunt. Very nice. Nearly got one back there. Not bad from Nemesis, actually. I hadn't realized he got the big turnaround on it. Seren had initially played that quite well. Braum passive, not enough. I'm not sure they've decided yet. We'll find out. Then I almost pulled a Chovy. No. Crazy. He does lose a lot of CS for it, though, which kind of sucks. Xerxes dropped some pretty scary Silas games, so we'll see. There's a world where that becomes the issue here. I'm not gonna lie. Throw out the hopium. Take into your veins only realism. Oh, I also have my doubts it's really going to be one split. Well, we'll see. I think they would struggle. They would have. There is issues with how the LEC contracts franchising work with the teams. Riot are already stretching it a little bit as it is.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Good chunk onto Baus. He's dead. Another kill. Carry junglers! Carry snowball junglers into Baus, guys. This is a lost condition that we've seen lots of tones have problems with across this tournament. Hear ye, hear ye. That could really suck. At least Kiana got the dragon on the other side, but that's not great. I mean, your PC have wine and taco. Ooh, good day. Not bad for Friday, that. Bone apple teeth, says Taynor Bush. Very good. Great French. Aurora's such a pain to lane against his Galio. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Aurora actually is just quite good into tanks with her passive anyway. There's a lot of percent HP damage. You struggle to get on top of her with all of her mobility. She can buffer through a lot of your CC chains. Yeah, it's just a bit miserable. Especially if she starts to build towards things like Leandries. It's like, anti-tank options. Yes, I'm an AP tank, but this is still miserable. Yeah, it's all very nicely done. As we said, they went looking for that, didn't quite get it. Was that with Ice Blade as well? I think it was. Man, Veli's gonna feel really sad about that. I hope you get a replay, because I think Seren just about escaped it with the Between Worlds. I remember I was trying to make Aurora jungle work when she first came out, and it was fun, but you were very low clearing. You weren't the best clearer, it had to be said. 1 PM here, so I'm eating lunch and drinking water, hell yeah. NA brethren. Well played, Seren. Very well played. The hopium is like antidepressants. It's true. Life is fine again. Grubs. We've not seen a supreme display of talent yet. It could get hijacked here. It will likely be hijacked here. Veli needs to leave. Yep, Terror Shape over the wall. Got another grass blade. There's the hijacked. Oh, Xerxes could just supreme display of talent them all. Needs to, actually. Yeah, there you get a supreme display of talent. Oh, Xerxes is actually going to survive. Oh. Veli didn't get a very good ult down. He's actually his ult's already down. Harpoon looking for an auto or a flash. Oh, he missed his combo. Damn it, Harpoon flash for that. That's really sad for him. Wow, Galleons didn't get any kills there. I genuinely thought that supreme display of talent from the hijack would have been way more valuable than it was. Crownie's hopping in. Bold. Harpoon. Oh, there was no need to cleanse there, Harpoon. Oh, you idiot. Oh, Harpoon, that's not a good cleanse. Or having failed the flash to get the kill earlier. That's rough. Oh, Harpoon. Xerxes got Rocket Belt. He might well kill Baus here. Not quite. When did Veli use his supreme display of talent before that, by the way? Because he didn't have it going into the fight. League of Flash whiffs. A little bit. A lot of summoners blind. What did it end up being? 1 grub for 1 kill. Other 2 grubs still up and running. I think we're just going to see Silas run back at it again. Nemesis has no TP, no ult. Ragnar has no TP, so we'll be down Galio and Yorick for this, which is probably better for Galleons in the 4v4. Crownie also has no mana, so there's like no way they're fighting this right now. That'll be 3 grubs to Galleons for the 1 kill. Harpoon having a horror series for the most part. Yeah, he had a decent Ziggs game, but the Yunara and the Ezreal game so far not been fantastic. That was a bad moment on the Ezreal for sure. Mid-gank, Seren dodged. Ah, yes, thank you. That's what it was. I didn't realize he'd... I thought that was just the Ice Blade. I didn't realize he'd thrown out the ult as well. But that would explain it. Thank you. Left a bit. What are these lane assignments? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they've not thrown the Aurora side. I guess it's just off reset timings is the answer. Probably needed Aurora to TP in to deal with. Oh, even the TP's not that long. Maybe it was just because Crownie was getting shoved mid. Ow. Yeah, that sucked for Crownie. Dragon's happening. Crownie's going to have to reset. They're giving the dragon up. That'll be another objective over to Galleons. LR did at least get first dragon. They can look at Seren. Buff it through. Velia has to flash. That's not great. What was he thinking there? Doesn't get the minion wave either. Misses the Ixtal's impact. Edge of Ixtal. Sorry. Ixtal's impact Skarner. Skarner has forever ruined my ability to differentiate the name Edge of Ixtal and Ixtal's impact. What do I think about GB Worlds and who becomes a champion? Sorry, I'm not sure I understand what GB Worlds is, unless I'm just misunderstanding what that is. I don't know if they pick their Bane Kiana and they don't get the result they want. Yeah, well. It's not done yet. They got Profane Hydra, but the Kiana would like to make things happen. That's just not happened yet. You're actually behind 1,000 gold to the Silas, and Kiana from behind is not a champion. That's one of the things you do run into, is you try and full combo as a Kiana with no gold. You are not having fun. So Faraday's win is just UOL's spot. Yeah, that feels really bad. If actually, like, you are like the 5th best team, and you're the one that gets to go forwards while all these other rosters that did so well get nothing. Especially considering the rules have been added, or this option's been added in super late. I think that's kind of sucky. We'll see. Value looking a little bit like our first time Kiana. We'll see if I eat my words. Yeah, not really seen any of the lethal combos or good bush play in particular that Kiana's often very, very good with to, you know, get your combos like this. So he has managed, the moment we said that, to find an angle on the backside. Oh, Harpoon has to flash and cleanse away, but does. But you'll take double cooldowns there, I think, off Harpoon. Xerxes coming. Watch for the stolen ult. What does he want to hijack? Supreme Display of Talent or Frozen Social Fissure? Probably the option. Still, double cooldowns off Harpoon is probably fine there. You didn't really burn all that much yourself. You can keep jumping at Harpoon. Glacial Fissure. Missed the Abscond of Duct. Oh, dear. Yeah, Braum passes in. I don't think so. Xerxes can't walk past the Braum. Silas does not have a great time into Braum. Nicely done from LR's bot lane. Punish the fact that Harpoon burned both his summoners. Now you got a 3-0 Tristana. Really, really good stuff. Seren's here. Door comes out. TP comes in. Actually probably means Seren's going to eat a bit of a chunk here. Yeah. Ow. And that's LR back in. Justice Punch again. Ooh, taunts just wide. Seren hops away. Get another Spirit Abjuration off. Does. So this is after Harpoon, of course, has burned a lot of his cooldowns. Harpoon gets tagged by the Winter Spite. Immediate flash out of the crash down. Sidesteps the Abscond Abduct. If that had hit, that was over, by the way. Glacial Fissure traded for Glacial Fissure. Reckless walks beyond, puts at the door, saying, Xerxes, you cannot walk past this to keep your Rel alive. Good target assignment there from Reckless, knowing that Crownie had the damage. Good work. Does LR not get outscaled? Kiana AP Cho'Gath will eat one of your melee carries. Tristana is also going to become a problem DPS-wise. The Ezreal needs to get a lot of work done. I don't know how easy that will be through Braum, Door, and Galio. But we'll see. Because the world where Vel, you can just kind of jump forwards. That's a bit unfortunate. Got stunned. Does get the grasp into Xerxes now at half. Baus not having the most fun there versus Seren. Doesn't have TP either. Oh, Baus, that's really rough, actually. 1-1. Currently, yes. For the teams. Baus? Oh, dear. Value could just jump on them. Remember, Harpoon still doesn't have his flash. They can just kill Zoelis here, I think. Yeah, Glacial Fissure. Oh, the knock-up Supreme Display Talent doesn't quite kill him. Last auto. Crownie gets it. That gets him the reset. Xerxes now gone really deep. Supreme Display Talent stolen. Galio comes in with the Hero's Entrance, looking for the kill on the Xerxes. Won't quite get it. He's now quite deep. Reckless comes on in, forces the Harpoon to Arcane Shift away because the Wind Spite landed. Okay, well, that prevents Herald going down because you got the kill onto Zoelis and got a good chunk on other people. Okay. Just need Baus not to die, and the moment you type that, that's incredible. Well done. Decent, decent. Been watching Worlds, thoughts so far? Yeah, I think Top Esports and AL originally had a really good run. I think Top Esports kind of had a bad read on drafts and played quite disrespectfully today. Not a great day from Hung and Cream in particular. That hurt. CFO are actually as good as I thought they were. I think people really, really underestimated them coming into Worlds. They were a semi-finalist ceilings team for me. I think the meta's been quite interesting because initially I thought we were going to be seeing a lot of like the Caitlyn kind of lanes. But if you can do things like draft Draven and then Taeyun swap to get Draven in a 1v1 versus things like Rek'Sai for the first 5 levels, that changes draft priorities quite a lot. So I think we're going to potentially have some really interesting drafts where Nemesis is about to die. We can talk about that a little later. Nemesis buys time. Oh my days, he got away with it. Redemption OP. But basically, we may end up with some really interesting drafts where we start seeing... Is they going to keep going here? They are going to keep going here. I have to shut up and talk about this instead. Glacial Fissure comes on down. Seren has to hop away. Zoelis is dead. Nice. Seren leaves. Valley's got Axiom Arc. I think Seren needs to be really careful here. There's the Grass Blade. Looking for a second one. That's turret, nice. First turret of the game. Is this feat of strength at nearly 20 minutes? It is! Omedetou gozaimasu.
Blue team's turret has been
Atakan spawns. Woo, that was a wild old camera angle. Oh! Why is Bow's moving mid? Top turret gone. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of alright. I think I want to get a bit of shove there. Because I think with the Tristana, they were thinking they might be able to threaten mid turret. It didn't work. Okay, Supreme Display Talent. Bit of a chunk onto Ragnar. Not the best, but half HP on the Yorick's not awful. Root onto Xerxes. Should kill off the Maiden. That's actually pretty valuable. Velia went forwards and gets his hijacked Supreme Display Talent to Magnet Storm angle. Good turnaround. Oh, they thought they had the kill. Turnaround. Feast not enough. Reckless is literally just standing in front of 4 people and will die for it. They've fumbled the Justice Punch. Can Crowny get some damage? The double silence allows the rocket jump forward. Ragnar with the foot crash down. Xerxes finds him abscond abduct. Xerxes healing. Oh no. Harpoon could definitely kill a few people here. Man, did you see the healing from Xerxes partway through that fight? Damn. That is Atakan. Unfortunate death to give up from Velia there. TPing in. They got Feast. It doesn't, but he can certainly threaten people. They're really low. Yeah, they don't want to fight that. That would be a very dead person in front of it. So they actually stop Atakan going on down. Good TP from Baus. He's going to keep it aggroed. Oh my god, he is. He's got Feast. He could still do this. No, that's wild. Xerxes is still here. But does he have more damage than Feast at this point? Hijack Feast. He can look to Feast combo on it. They can silence him and Feast him himself. Zolis can steal with the Q. Zolis can steal with the Q. It is a rel. Has got a lot of monster damage. Trying to keep it aggroed. It's not. It's going to reset. Oh, Xerxes with a hijacked Feast. Thought he could just Feast Smite. And instead ended up getting silenced. Feasted instead. This was what I was worried about with Silas into Cho'Gath. Where you go in as a low HP Silas and immediately get eaten before you can heal yourself up. Mid lane. Tier 1. Baus now in a 1v1 versus the Yorick and not having the most fun. Mistwalkers jump at him. So it starts with Velia going on forwards to kill the Maiden in the Mist and immediately getting jumped on. Ah, we see what happened. They jumped on Harpoon, but it actually meant that there was 2 members missing. Then basically Reckless steps on forward with the door and the heroes enters behind him to buy space, and then just gets blasted. And they go looking for this kill. And Crowny sees the moment with the rupture into the double silence, but Zolis flashes out, so stops Crowny getting the reset till really late, and gets pulled out mid-air by the abduct on the reset on the rocket jump. Yeah, Baus just teleported in there 1v3. He was just way higher HP with threat of Feast. Someone would have died, and then it would have been a disaster. There's Soul Point, looking for a taunt. Gone to Zoalis, not really all that much value. Redemption comes on down. To be honest, Cobra, my impression is this is just how Lost Returns are as a team. They've been doing it all year. Crowny griefs that fight. It was a little bit far. He wanted to pair up with the Silence and just didn't quite get the value he was opening for. The Silence came up just before the Flash came out, so it ended up being a bit tricky. Okay, Rex will flash out. Gets out. Fine. Is it just a Baron flip angle at this point? Huh. This KT is giving me DRX vibes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that angle. Hidden gold favors LR for sure. They're at Soul Point. They've got Feats of Strength. They've got Adakan. They're actually in a pretty good spot this game. Brownie's got 4 kills and a couple items. That's pretty good going, I think, in the grand scheme of things. The Silas can still be a problem. We've talked about why. Even if I do think a lot of the leaders largely been cut in half, and good job from Velia on that front. How does the maiden count for Cho'Elth? I don't actually know. It'll be probably is count as a minion, I would imagine. So you can probably only cap out an X amount of them. When looking with the rocket belt, can find it with the Abscond Abduct. Do we co-stream Worlds? We do indeed on twitch.tv/Nightmare. Hang on. Oh. See if that works. There you go. That's the channel. Please come say hey. We're also on Nivea's chat if you want to see how long time. But yeah, indeed, we do co-stream Worlds as well, so please do come watch that if you're a Worlds enjoyer. As usual, Monty's, no doubt. Was a minion, he altered the minion at 8 and didn't get a stack. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. That's good to know. So I assumed it was a minion. It would be a little bit busted otherwise, I think. Unending Despair done for Cho'Gath now. Swift Marches. There's the Bloodletter's Curse for Nemesis. Souls in 30. Galleons are at least in position in the river. See whether LR can force the way in. Because the other thing is at this point, because they're at Soul Point, they can happily look to just rush Baron and say, yeah, come on then. We've got Cho'Gath. Hijack Feast for double secure. Baus gets taken pretty low. Who cleansed? Harpoon did. To cleanse off Harpoon. Baus low. Will heal up a bit. Supreme Display of Talent. Well, that's unfortunate. But doors up. Blocks the True Shot Barrage. Looking for the Winter Spite. Harpoon has to sidestep it. Explosive charge on top of their head. They've still got Feast, by the way. Nemesis jumping on forward, gets on top of Xerxes. That's a Rupture and a very dead Silas who gets feasted. No smite, no secure. Seren's now in danger. Harpoon's now in danger. Oh, Crownie's dead. But so is Harpoon. They lost Velia, actually. How did Velia die? Did he end up getting picked up by the Yorick at the back end of that? Did you see, brother, who got into League? I was the first one into League. I got taught how to play League by my friends in my halls at uni. And then I came home for Christmas and taught Alex. And Alex was swiftly better than me. The honest answer. Okay. Dragon. Breton, remember there's no smite. There is a feast, though. There is a feast. Oh, down goes the Yorick. Where's the Silas? If Silas can get here in time, this is great, but I don't think he's going to be able to get over the wall and smite this in time. It's gone. Don't blame him. Oh, hang on! Keep him out, keep him out, keep him out! Oh, he stole it. They should have just turned and burned the dragon. They committed halfway house. Oh, dear. This could end up being a disaster. Tristana's nearly here. Woo! Crownie's dead. That's Baron, actually, possibly. Supreme Display of Talent, blew up Harpoon. Seren goes between worlds. Veli needs to flash away. Turns into a Grass Blade. I think he needs to go the other way with that when he's dead. Not quite. Okay, Veli resets. He's going to try and heal off this a bit. Okay. Seren's still here. Misses his things. Grass Blade again with the Terror Shape. Saren stuck around on that, by the way. That's wild. Okay. He's out. Oof. Oh, they've done all the hard work. They should have just turned on the dragon. I think if Baus hadn't turned on to Xerxes, they could have just killed the dragon while he was CC'd. They chose the halfway house. And then Crowny just went full psycho and died. Messy game. Messy game. Should still be lost for turns, but like that was a winning moment for them, and they fumbled it. Zoelis is really struggling into the Kiana damage now. Yeah, I agree, Kuru. I think there was no need for that. They should just get Baron here, though. It's gone. Feast down. Baus. Rocket belts out. He's gonna try and feast Zoelis. Yeah. Yeah. Zoelis. I think it might actually be Zoelis. Do at least get mid tier 2. Something. Good chunk on a Saren goes down. Sorry, just organizing some work stuff in the background. Had a quick message from someone who wants me to do some VO stuff. Oh my good god. Baus feast damage with AP Cho'Gath and Medjai's. Yikes. Okay, well that's game. That's it. Done. Unless Harpoon can clear the wave, I think it's over. Nicely done. Good jump. Ragnar is dead. And that, as they say, Baus doesn't even die. He TP's out. The Fountain Dive has evolved into something new. How many maps have been played? That's the third one. This is game 3. GG. At least one more. Not even close, baby. Oh my god, that Crowny play, yeah! This was good, to be fair. But we saw a few oversteps from Crowny, shall we say. Those Galleons games to win, they threw away too many advantages. Like, the Silas getting fed early should have been more of a problem than it was. And Lost Returns nearly threw it over here. Because again, like, they fumbled. The Atacom fumble from Galleons is going to haunt them. I don't think Lost Returns played that badly. I think they had their own ways to win. They made their own throws. But I think Galleons didn't make the most of the opportunities they had when they had them. Like, the Atacon after this should have been a lot better than it was. And the fact it wasn't really was not great. Don't posture check me, anybody. I need to flop for a bit. My posture is that an elongated cat. It's game 3, not series, yes. Still at least one more game to go. My face hurts. That's weird. Right, I'm gonna get some water. I'm gonna stretch. Thank you, Diablo. Oh, and Monty's for the supposed checks. Thank you for it. Yeah, you're not right. Right, okay, let me go get stretching. Oh, did I get the tea? I did get the tea. I did. I've got some elderflower and apple tea. It's very lovely. Faust sucks early only to Smurflate. Yeah, he is very good at that. In fairness, did a lot of damage this game. The fact that Nemesis did that much damage on Galio is still wild to me. He's such a ridiculous Galio carry. Right. I will return briefly. But I did indeed get the tea. As I said. Crowley seems that he has that beta playing tilted this whole time. Has been playing tilted this whole tournament. He's definitely overforced more than I would have liked. I'm not going to lie. And a stretch for Diablo. Yes, boss. There's always tea in Sam's chat. It's very true. It's very true. Right, back in a second. Oh. Music on for you.
Hello, chat. I'm back. Getting a few more stretches in while I can.
You hear voices, I know. Hello, hello. What? One more game to go. Possibly two. How are we doing? Should be soon-ish, one would imagine. Any updates? No, not really. Let me go double check the timers. Time. Okay, any moment now, in fact, is the answer. Oh, am I still playing? I am. Sorry about that. Heritage and LR on match point now. Okay. See how that plays out. Okay. So. Gallen's back on blue. LR on red. Still think I prefer LR on red on that since they've got some very scary counter pick options. Normal squid is 5 games in semis and 3-0 sweep finals. Yep. Final Fantasy raid music, I know, right? It's not my choice of music. This is the stream's music. This is EMEA Masters official champion select music. Volley Lulu down. I want a fly quest. I think it'll be AL or Gen G probably. Says he felt like he had more impact than the damage graph showed. I agree. Silas sometimes has that though, remember. Because a lot of his damage isn't incidental, it's from all ins. And he's in the jungle as well. So if he's trading, he's fighting you. And that's just sometimes the way of it. Where you just end up not doing that much because you only had like 3 or 4 fights or whatever. I think I put Gen G on my crystal ball. I actually had CFO going at 3-1, so I'm actually in potentially very good luck here. I see myself up. Very good, Dinka. Very good. Big. Oriana banned the Scion by LR. Rakam first pick tonight from Reckless. They may look at a Zaya here now then. I think you could Kaisa Nico at this point. You've seen the Rakan. Rumble is banned. Lulu Zed Volley. Don't like Blind Gragas. What does Nemesis play here? Azir? Azir might be an angle, actually. Zaya to take it away from the Rakan. I wondered. I would have preferred a Kaisa Nico, I think. But hey. Ragnar's a good enough Scion that he would first pick it. Imagine if Gen G lose to T1. That'll be hilarious. Poppy. Already good into Rakan. A lot of the jungle champions still up are quite dash heavy. So I think that's probably fine. Makes things like Jarvan, Lee Sin, Shin Zhao all a bit risky. He's quite good into Smolder as well. Could be Flex or Reckless Pop, but it's not really his idea. Giving Azir, I kind of agree. I suspect Nemesis just logs 0 on 3 here. I know it's been nerfed, but I still think it's quite strong. Zed's been banned. Zed's been banned. Down there. Vel'Koz, also true. Yeah, you could Vel'Koz them away. Both options here. Very true. What's the reply? Who can it be now? Men at work. Trundle is good into the Poppy. Makes it quite hard to draft tanks now is a thing as well. Because that's the deal with Trundle. If you're blinding Trundle, it changes the draft. It basically, it's a chess gambit, right? You put this forward and say, okay, now you can't draft tanks, or if you do, then we have a much better draft combo. And then I'll have to find ways to make that value happen without having access to tanks. Jarvan, fine into Trundle. As long as you win the mind game of when to flag and drag around the pillar. Because you can get pulled out of your flag and drag by the pillar if it's done well. Is this a Baus Poppy? Probably is a Baus Poppy. Probably is a Baus Poppy. They probably did need to lock jungler. It would get banned away. So I think that makes some sense. Xin Zhao still not picked, which is kind of wild to me. But Trundle's fine. Ornban. Yeah, I suppose now that they know that they can't, they're not picking the tank themselves. Tank top for Ragnar would be quite annoying with the Smolder angle they're going for. Already lost a Scion. Not that many good tanks top at this point. Rek'Sai might be an angle if they are on the Rek'Sai train. Hui ban. I think they might just ban Hui Vel'Koz here or Hui Azir. Would Nemesis Xerath not be a good pick? Risky into Trundle. Risky into Trundle. Pillar really messes with you is Xerath. Not that it doesn't this way. Aatrox ban. Yeah, it makes sense. Ragnar is a big Aatrox enjoyer. Nars already down. Casente's already down. Yorick's down. Might be a Renekton angle, honestly, for Ragnar at this point. Wei's been banned, sadly. Jax away from Baus. Fine. They're obviously seeing the potential Poppy flex as well. Ornn's also been banned, to be fair. So, you have to start making some decisions here. Do you want to give counterpick over to Crowny? Karma pretty much guarantees shove bot side. They're going to go for the Karma. Speed ups, if you play the W well, it can be quite a nice CC chain. LPL uses Karma very well, for example. Very aggressively. Very aggressively. But you play for the tether more than anything else. J4 support, Karma mid. Hell yeah, that's the one. Go Vayne top. Some wild-ass choices in chat. Gragas to take something away. That would be funny. Okay. They saw a potential Gragas angle and stole it away. Very good. I mean, it's probably still going to be Battle's Poppy top, right? Especially with the Karma locked. Take the Azir. In that case, it's just a straight Vel'Koz here, no? Who also doesn't enjoy Trundle that much, but at least can turn and burn pretty heavily. Unless it's the secret Malzahar tech. Malzahar mashes Azir a bit post a certain point as well. Can be quite annoying. Veigar is hilarious. It's a Nemesis old pick. Can just one-shot people. Okay. Huh. Well, double cages now. There's double things for Poppy to shove you into. So Poppy Veigar bot was a thing for a while as well in solo queue, where you'd put the Veigar cage down and Poppy shunt them into the wall. So between Cataclysm and Event Horizon, the Veigar baby cage, you've actually got very annoying zone control. Then Poppy W and Xayah Feathers. Like, Trundle, Rakan, Gragas walking forward here are not going to have fun. I think there is a world where Azir and Smolder could prove problematic by virtue of range. Because I think there's a world where if you play fight slow and Azir and Smolder just get to play from range, throwing out poke, that gets problematic for Lost Returns. But if you're forced to come in and contest them over objectives, it's going to be a miserable time. Miserable time. That's my read anyway. Okay. Okay. So. Apologies, guys. My energy's dropping a little bit after a very long day of world streaming. Hard push bot from LR and losing lanes mid and top. Basically, though I will say Veigar's can at least play defensively quite well into the Azir, assuming you manage the soldiers all right. But yes, you are realistically looking to play around bot prio for your jungle and having Baus be weak side pretty aggressively. Trundle Gragas could end up just hard diving you and making your life a bit miserable, so we'll see how Baus does to manage it. You do have the ability to turn around stuff pretty aggressively at level 3, even level 2, so possible. Fun draft, nothing else. Agreed. Very good scaling from Galleons, right? Azir, Smolder. Yeah, and weirdly, Veigar kind of hits this point where he's one-shotting people with ult regardless. The stacks don't mean that much. He's much more mid-game spiking than you'd think because he runs into this issue of just being quite one-shottable himself with very low mobility. So that can be a big dim. Demand energy and vigor. No! Not doing it. We got a pause mid fly through. Unreal. Go get some sleep, Darkwell. Good to see you. Can't believe you stayed up so late. That's wild. Okay, looks like there's internet issues that are being resolved. Didn't take too long, a couple minutes. We got 2 minutes pause. So roughly 2 minutes till we're in. The N in EMEA stands for no interruptions. Already sold us similar things to Vel'Koz but can roam more freely. Yes, but you come online in lane too late is the issue. And Vel'Koz has a lot more range. Vel'Koz was always much more of a counter into Azir specifically because you actually could poke him out. And Azir hates champions that outrange him. The reason Varus mid back in the day was an answer into Azir because Azir just had no way of dealing with it. Unless you went like all in, and then you're actually putting yourself at quite a lot of risk to do it. And if you fail it, you just get run down by the range. Xerath used to be a bit of an answer into the Azir as well. Bit of anti-synergy with Gragas ult and Azir ult. Depends. If you're using it as disengage, it's fine on both. But yes, it can be. Both obviously big mobility spell or big displacement spells. Deutsche Bahn would be a great sponsor. You're not wrong, Dark World. Just like EMEA, we're never on time. Deutsche Bahn. Should be in at 58. Not 58, 48 by the looks of it. Here's what I'm being told. Just before. Oh. Lost Drones really want to get value out of this bot shove, though. If they don't, I think these things get tricky again. I'm so sleepy. I'm so sleepy. One second, responding to a quick message. Oh, should be soon. 30 seconds. You heard of the famous Fnatic pause once or twice? Well, an all Yordle team. It's not. Veigar could be clutching this moment. Could be. Here we go. Hey, took us long enough.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Reckless reading karma skills. Please no.
Minions have spawned.
Does he build down? Don't recall Bowser playing Poppy. He's very good on the pick. Very good on the pick. He tends to go for the Sundered Sky Fimbulwinter build, if you know what I mean. So, a lot of sustained, irritating sticking power, basically. More towards winter than it was spring and summer this year, it has to be said. Invade, level 1, off the Karmazaya Prio. Oh, they're Taeyun swapping. Okay. Smolder to get free stacks off Poppy. Gragas Survivor. Oh, face checking Gragas doesn't mean that much. Okay, fine. Level 2, Flag and Drag across. Look to fight with Xerxes. This could get interesting. Where's Reckless? Okay, Smite. Dragon Strike across a couple. Ooh, baby. Velia? Be careful. Does he want to fight over Raptors? I think he does. Huh. Veigar's got shove, actually. Okay, he's going to leave it. Fine. Now, this will be the question. Are we going to do Raptors Krug Red? Ward there to spot if the... From Nemesis to spot if Trundle gets across towards Velia's blue side jungle. Doesn't look like it's happening. They've not got any wards on blue, but there is a world here where Trundle comes and fights at red buff. Free stacking for Smolder though, which is good news. I'm aware I'm kind of blocking the stacks. Wait. But alas, there's only 70 positions I can put my camera in. Maybe just drop it down here and make it a bit easier. I know I'm covering the hotbar a bit, but that way you can see the stacks a bit more freely, which is probably more important in the grand scheme of things. Hey, Edward Gaming Enjoyer. Hello. Glad to have you in here. An enjoyer of Edward Gaming. No idea how I know that. Just sleep. I know. I do. I'm going to need to at some point. I am sorry I'm a little bit out of it, guys. My energy reserves are depleting a little. Bouse. Should be alright. Flashes away. Chomp. Bonk. Oh, charge away. Can't get the shield. Oh, turret shot back, though. Nicely done. Okay. 1 for 1. And you get the flash off Harpoon. In the end, it's probably still better for the Smolder in the sense that more stacks gold early. And gold on Smolder is worth more than gold on Poppy. But good for Baus to get something there. And gets the flash off Xerxes as well. So, you know. Could be worse. Flash out of the slow. Xerxes flashes. Chomp can't quite get it. Flash from Harpoon. But that flash auto isn't quite enough. Then Baus gets to jump forwards. Turret aggro's dropped. Harpoon dies. Unfortunate. Thought he'd saved him. Yeah, if he didn't turn around, they wouldn't have had any damage on the Smolder. So we needed to get there. It would have been an execute. Small rocks are going to skyrocket like crazy. Smolder stacks are going to skyrocket like crazy. Definitely a possibility. Getting past the initial breakpoints matters because then you start scaling exponentially faster because you just hit more things for stacks. So we shall see. Still, it's not really led to a gold lead bot because the Xayah is still up 10 CS. And actually Poppy's laned well even in the 1v1 versus the AD carry. Shove from Saren. Doesn't actually lead to all that much, though. Dragon. Nice work from Merlar early. I'm surprised they've not moved out of this lane swap. I suppose they just want the Smolder. Getting as many stacks as possible from the Poppy. Hope we get the funny line from Rakan if Xayah dies. Oh, yeah. I don't know what... Are we hearing in English or French? I'm assuming it's in English. But I don't actually know. Baus about to get dove. Has got Keeper's Verdict. He's got Steadfast Presence. Good shield. Keeper's Verdict away. Xayah's now here. And lane swap out. So they get the dragon. Baus stays alive. Not bad. Weak side king. Yeah, him and Flandre, apparently. English now, yes. Game 2 was French. Ah. Funny how all early game strategy against ally equal Baus, gank Baus equals profit. Like, not even sure if they do. It's why I've always been a bit afraid when I see things like Kiana's into Lost Returns. Because if the person getting the gold off Baus is like a hyper snowballing jungler that can take that lead and impact the rest of the map, then it's a problem. If it's like a Trundle getting a kill, that's not so great. The Taeyun swaps might end up hurting Baus a bit more. If it ends up with Baus still being traded and it's the AD carry picking up the gold, that could be a problem. Okay, trying to get both sets of early objectives. Value will smite for 1. Are we sticking around for more? Thinking about it. Watch the cage. Xerxes now in there. He's not having a lot of fun. Flag and drag. Cataclysm back on through. They get the kill. Crowny on the other side. Flash away from Velia. Zualis has to flash out as well. Nemesis might die to Saren here. Can they get at least another grub? I don't know if they can. Mom calls ult. Reckler. The Crowny's now in danger. Has to flash out from the Rakan. Oh, they weren't respecting Saren joining. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. They just gave over 3 kills. Well, 2. I thought Crowny was going to get a lot more value with his roam over, and Baus didn't join, to be fair. But neither is Ragnar, so... Just messy is the answer. Ragnar going for the bomber, but doesn't get him across the wall. Oh, no, and he flashed for that as well. Awkward. No Lollipop is getting very true. Should have been Lollipop. Looks like game 5. Yeah, we'll see. Because this started well enough, and I thought the roam down from Crowny was going to be way more dangerous. So they just not find a good feather pull angle. So at least flashes out, and Nemesis just ends up eating a load of auto attacks from Azir. And they just need to back away at this point. Back to live, and Crowny's dead. What happened there? Crowny? Oh dear. 0 and 2 on Azir as well. That's not good. Oh, it looks like there was a gank from Azir. Did Azir TP? No, he just managed to find a roam up top. Okay, so Azir turned up top out of nowhere. Rakan's TPing mid. My head keeps... I know. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to sort of lean away occasionally so you can see. There we go. I'll move away, Eric. I'll move around occasionally. We'll check in every couple minutes. There's not actually that many positions to put the camera. Bounce is going to be fine. They're going to try and... They've got no shuffle to work with because it looks like Seren used that to get the kill onto Xayah. So Harpoon starting 2-1 and 2 on a Smolder he's very well known for should be scary for Lost Returns. Bounce is about to get dove. Gets a shield. Knocks the Rakan away. Should be able to clear out this wave at least. Ooh. Needs to leave. Quickness. Gets a shield. Oh, just about makes it work. Bloody hell. The Bow's flash he did. Failed the flash. What's the official stream so I can open another stream to show some support to help out? There is no official stream until semi-finals. There is going to be an official stream for semi-finals and finals and that's it. Which I think is incredibly disappointing. But there we are. Small streamer named Cadril. Yeah, it's me. I'm the official broadcast right now. But yeah, it's just co-streamers until semis, unfortunately. Which I think is very disappointing. But hey, here we are. Nice for Zolis. He was always a good Rakan player. Hope that tea wasn't cold, nothing worse. No, this is cup 2. It's kind of lukewarm, which is fine. And it is like a florally one anyway, so it's not so bad cold. Not a milk tea. Chuggable temperature. Yes, indeed. Ooh, boy. Hang on. Yeah, I think Xerxes about to run up here. Has he got flash? Faust gets around. Overcomes Harpoon. Maybe looks to turn this around. Can't. Harpoon's donated another kill. They can maybe jump on Harpoon here, though. Summons Mom. Misses the initial flag and drag, but can still get him in the Cataclysm when they get the kill. Shutdown for Crowny is really nice. He's at 130 stacks, so quite early on. That's a good stacking state for Harpoon. Still, they get the flash off him. He's not got TP. They do get the shutdown. Crowny's the one that picks it up. That's good news. Oh, he misses the auto to cancel it. Now Ragnar's actually in quite a lot of danger here. Trundle's coming. Is anyone else joining? No, they're not. Crowny. Crowny. Feather pull. Flash from Seren. Pillar. Crowny's dead. Oh, Crowny. Oh, dear. Seren is here, baby. Reckless looking for the tether. Shuffle interrupted. Bouses E. Nice. Crowley was very close to having his flash back up, actually. But clutch flash in the end from Seren. I wonder whether it'd be allow him to go back the other way. But yes, it is increasingly looking like a game 5 angle, guys. Nemesis jumped on. Reckless is here. They've gone quite deep for this. Yeah, that's going to be a flash. Game 5 might be a zillion angle. That's true. Hang on. Empowered tether. Yeah, that's a pretty good route. Harpoon. Yeah, they can flash on this. Remember, Harpoon doesn't have a way to get out of this because he has no flash. Really good. Zoelis is now in danger as well. How long till he gets his W? Just about in range. Had to flash as well, actually, to get out of range of the additional Q follow-up. Now jumping route onto Xerxes. There's the shield for Crownies, or at least now coming up. Crownies doesn't have flash. They don't want to jump too far. Don't know where Jarvan is. Fine. Another good kill for Crownie. Faust is proxying. Of course he is. Of course he is. Bit of both is the answer, Mexihiaro. Bit of both. They can jump on Xerxes here, who's actually leveled down on the Jarvan. He's going to be forced to flash out. He's only on Triforce. He's very killable there. Does the Jarvan curse transfer to EMEA Masters? There's a question. It's been very successful here at the minute. Nice steadfast presence. Can't quite get the mid lane tier 1, but still. 150 stacks. The stacking has slowed down a bit for Harpoon because he's ended up dying a couple times. Like, he went from no deaths, basically, to 3. Had died the one time in that awkward 1-for-1 of the turret, but hey, here you are. Apart from LR and the trolling, who are the other ones of favorite? KCB. Galleons were up there. I would have said Misa, but they had a very poor showing when we saw them. One of the German teams, maybe. Heretics are actually turning up, which is good for them. But yeah, I'd say KCB are probably the other one. This side of the bracket's pretty rough. We don't know. There's a world where the answer is no, consider how Valorant does similar things. Oh, nice! Primordial burst, baby. Misa and GK fell off, sadly. Yeah, I was hoping for the GK win. That's actually a nice pickup in terms of kills. I think it was a shutdown as well. Nemesis is going to try and play for that turret top side, I think. Probably. There's the turret. First turret of the game goes towards Lost Returns. Nemesis needs to leave. He's about to get TP'd on. He's dead, I think. Nemesis has stayed too long. Nemesis has stayed too long. He's going to get his ear combo. TPing out. Okay, he leaves. I think he greeted for that one. There's a Herald into mid. Which would have been first turret, actually, if they'd used that earlier. Azir's also not going to get tier 1 topside. So it'll end up being 2 turrets for Galleons. But they can now turn for Soul Point for Lost Returns. That's a big one. Nemesis had to TP away, so we can't actually TP down to the fight, which really sucks. Seren doesn't have TP either, though. It's only Soul Point. And by the stacking pace of Harpoon, he will have 225 by Soul Fight, which is big. But that is feature strength for Lost Returns as well. But I think Harpoon is going to turn up to this Soul Fight and have the execute threshold, which is a big one. Is Nymera my brother? Yes, he is. AQC, Nymera is my younger brother. We're about a year apart. But I am Sam Hapgood. He is Alex Hapgood. And we have been brothers for many years. Could suddenly become another Thanos game for Nemesis? Could do. Smolder gets caged by either Poppy or Jarvan or Veigar. He gets blown up. Exactly. They do actually have some good tools to deal with Jarvan. Not Jarvan Smolder. The rapid fire cannon is really valuable for that reason. The Smolder can actually play from quite a long way away with rapid fire cannon and with the Achu, the Sneeze, and Mom. You don't actually have to step forward into the active range of a lot of these people too often. Nice combo, but there's the redemption. He'll be fine. Does probably need to leave. I don't think he can save this turret. So that's the last outer turret down.
Red team's turret is
Combo. Yeah, 14 months separate us. But we are the 2 Hapgood siblings. Here we go. Blue buff angle. Should take it. Back away. Don't need to fight that. Veigar's going to get a shove into the tier 2. Baus going to try and get some value down here, but he's walking across quite a lot of wards, so does need to be careful. He's gone too far. Nice pillar to deny his exit. Baus, that wasn't it. Atakan's about to spawn as well, and you're going to be down a top lane for 30 seconds. Cage. Ask. Body slam. Does clear the wave. Caged. Dark matter. Nemesis? Nemesis? He's walked into the cage. He's dead. He's actually just dead. What? I guess he saw that other people were coming and realized he had to leave. He'll try and jump on a Ragnar. He's not got a lot of work with. But this is going to be a 5v, or at least a 4v3. Azir's not there. 4v3. Azir's going to get a tier 2 now. That was awful, Nemesis.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
I think also that in winter in particular, a lot of EMEA Masters teams just weren't ready yet. It was probably some of the lowest level I've seen from EMEA Masters teams as yet. Especially compared to previous years. I think they have ramped up across the years, and this feels more like a very competitive EMEA Masters. I think also Lost Returns. A lot of the things they were getting away with earlier in the year, teams are actually punishing them for now. Because that was just unbelievably greedy from Nemesis. Atakan angle. Nemesis TPs. Baus, Steadfast Presence. Cast goes nowhere. Ragnar, where was that going? Keeper's Verdict on the Azir. Cersei needs to leave. He's at half. Into Khan angle. It's going to be a flip. It could be a flip. One by Atakar. One by Velia because the cage came on down. Nicely done from Nemesis. So I was looking over the wall. Double charm. Ground entrance. That's 2 dead. Flashes out means no. Event Horizon angle. Will survive for quite a long time. Velia needs to run away. Seren's still doing a lot of damage. Harpoon could kill them all here yet. Okay, ends up being 1 for 1. 2 for 1. Velia died as well. Burn. Where did Baus end up and how did he get there? I've asked that question quite a lot. Mid lane tier 1 still just about survives. 40 seconds on Soul. What got burned there? Quite a lot of flashes. So basically, Nemesis is going to get a really good cage down to prevent Cersei getting on over. So good knock-up from Zoelis, but it doesn't really lead to all that much. Atakan's good. They just can't secure the exit, basically. It's a really good flash, ult, grand entrance. Well, ult, flash, grand entrance. Velia tries to Cataclysm to buy some time, but doesn't quite flag and drag far enough away. Seren gets to auto a few more times. Velia gets executed by Harpoon. Alright, 5 seconds on Dragon. A Lost Returns fighting this. Only 1 dragon. But it is a big one. Velia gets a bit of a chunk. Cage does get a stun onto Zoelis, but no one else. Dark Matter doesn't land. I think he's kind of blind. Ragnar goes looking at Velia. Ragnar's not had a phenomenal time on the Gragas, actually. Cage to away, or cast away. Cage was there. Velia getting forwards. I don't know about that one. Baus, double knock away. Oh, that could be big. Charge onto Cersei. Cage afterwards. That's going to be a dead jungler. Nice shutdown. And they can get Soul. Does Zoelis have Spellbook? Could potentially get the smite angle. Goes in with quickness. That should still be the Soul. Is taken by Jarvan. Nice work. Zoelis low. Harpoon is still high and working, though. Crowny gets some good autos. Flash over the Azir shuffle. Feather pull back. Velia doesn't land the flag and the drag, but Dragon Strikes can keep on going, and that's ironic into the Smolder. Velia gives the shield up, and Harpoon is not winning these 1v1s right now. He just doesn't have the damage, and will go down in the grand scheme of things with Ocean Soul secured for Lost Returns. Big win for Lost Returns. Atakan into Soul, into a big team fight win. So this knock away from Baus is so huge. Knocks away both the Azir and the Rakan. You engage, and a load of your damage just disappears. It means Cersei is left out to get shunted into the wall and immediately totaled by the Primordial Burst in the CC chain. Makes this a very difficult moment because Galleons have to try and just win the fight. They do kill off Baus to begin with, but he buys enough space. They win the smite fight, and then you're trying to win a fight, extended fight at that, into Ocean Soul. Good flash and crowning to avoid the Emperor's Divide. Velia then gets to just walk at the Smolder. Shielded by Reckless. Heal and shield power amped by Ocean Soul. GG. It was a wonderful ult from Baus. Wonderful ult from Baus. That's not great for Reckless. Shields himself up. Gets away. Out comes Event Horizon. League should have player of the game. Yeah, I kind of wish we had. We do have highlight reels, but we don't have plays of the game, and I think that would be kind of cool as well. We used to do that a bit more regularly. Cass goes wide. Ragnar's just hit nothing. There's been some cool attempts, but it's not been particularly clinical from the Gragas. I'll come back and see Velia walking down a Smolder with 3 items. Yeah, but the problem is it's melee range with Sundered Sky, Black Cleaver, Karma behind him, and Ocean Soul. Like, poor AD carry doesn't have a lot of value there. Did Smolder have Infinity Edge coming into that play? I wasn't sure whether he'd actually completed by then, whether he's still on the BF sword. Yeah, I mean, at this point as well, there's so much ability haste for Nemesis. He just cycles through Event Horizon a lot. He's got upgraded Lucidity Boost and Crypt Bloom. A lot of ability haste. Those Event Horizons are not on a long cooldown at all. Another cage. Bat Ragnar has to body slam away. The duality of top lane and ulti, I know. Out comes the cask. It's on to Nemesis. Oh, Nemi. The one caster does land blasts you in the face. He was being too aggro. And you've just given a double kill to Smolder. That's Baron. Well, that's game 5. Atrocious. Actually, can Crowny win the 1v1 with Ocean Soul? He's got too many people coming. It's too late. Okay. He's going to die for this. Atrocious. Ghosted to try and punish the TP from Harpoon. Do at least get wave shoves. 20 seconds on Baus and Nemesis, and you did just kill a lot of their Baron damage. There is a real world where Velia could steal this, and or you TP in afterwards. Watch Nemesis and Baus looking to TP here. Down to half HP. Velia needs to be kept out of the pit. Flashes away. Down to 6,000 HP. It's still not going down that fast. 3 seconds on Baus. Nemesis can come in as well. Watch for the TPs. They will double TP here. If they get Baron but lose everyone, it's kind of a disaster. Trying to find Velia. Somebody gets to the pit! He takes it! Oh no! Dark Matter! Cataclysm to get over the Azir wall. Into the flag and drag. Oh no. They sent everyone to keep Velia out and just didn't rush the Baron. Gully's is going to die as well. Oh, Galleon's not like that. You just done the hard work. That's incredibly poor. Swift chance. You have fallen foul of my most nefarious of chat rules. You can't yell at me with all caps unless you subscribe. If you want to yell at me in all caps, you've got to subscribe. Subscribers can yell at me all they want. Everyone else, you got a limit of how many caps you can use in a sentence. This is how I get him, guys. It's how I get him. Even mods? I actually don't know. Possibly. But you're subscribed, Ambus. You're fine. You've got a sub badge. You're a 1-month subscriber. Great angle from Velia, though, who has definitely... Velia has been the one person in this game I've gone, you've played well. Everyone else has had some really sussy moments. Like, there's been some really bizarre Nemesis deaths this game. Sent 4 people to keep Velia out, only to not keep Velia out. Literally. And took so long, Baus and Nemesis got a TP in. Nemesis and Baus... actually going to be just fine, actually, as it was Crowny, and I got baited by the Yordle skin, thinking that was the Veigar. It was not, and they just blew up both solo lanes. Seren and Ragnar are down. I think this is game. They can run through mid. The pillar to try and slow the minions down is actually a requirement here. Pop yacht away from feathers, doesn't matter. It's fine. Yeah, Harpoon, they've got to get a heal down. That's going to be at least inhibitor broken. 25 seconds on Saren. They need to hold really hard. But there's into Ocean Soul and Baron. Out comes the Event Horizon. Steadfast Presence goes on down. Bowser's knocking Harpoon away. Xerxes going to get knocked up as Velia finds a wonderful flag and drag. Demacian Standard, Dragon Strike, Martial Cadence Auto, Nexus Turret's down. Lost Ratones have done it. Oh, Galleons, you could have won that game. What a throw at Baron. Don't get me wrong, it was back and forth. Ocean Soul was against you, but that one's going to sting. That one's going to sting, especially after how your best of 3 went into a stage. Vitality B down. Galleons down. KCB next. It is Lost Ratones against the LFL. And they are liking them odds. Damn. Guys, I'd stick around a bit to see some post-game numbers. But I'm not going to lie. I am bloody exhausted. I really am. It's 20 past 9. I've been going for a long time. It's been about 12 hours on broadcast. Oh, that's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Guys, for the YouTube viewers, we'll end it here. If you've not followed on Twitch, please follow on Twitch. If you want to watch Worlds with us, by myself and Nymera, live on twitch.tv/Nymera. Let me shout that out again. Also be live on Onivia and some of the YouTube channels as well. Please do come and say hello. Come watch tomorrow for Worlds. Be a great time. Make sure you're following here as well if you haven't. Have a wonderful rest of your night, guys. If you've got the money, consider subscribing on Twitch. Makes a massive difference. Thank you all for the gifted subs earlier in the month as well. It was a massive deal. Thank you, Arialis, for that one. But if you do have that extra bit of cash, it does help me be a professional caster. For those of you who can help, please do. Predictions for tomorrow. Turn into the stream, won't you, Matt? Won't you? Tune into the stream and find out. Until then, guys, have a wonderful rest of your days. Bye-bye for now.
Try to run me through, hold on, think again. Don't you know we're just starting? But you sure we got the clue how bad this we go? Don't you know no more art? And as I look to the horizon, not a cloud, but then stormy with it's go too cold. Seems like it crept up out of nowhere, all around you is not what you foretold. You never see it coming. You see that my mind is too fast for eyes. You're done but the time it hit you, you're not surprised. Think you got your game planned out. Do it deep, get 'em 2 steps ahead, yeah. So step into my way, stand out. It's a trap, one more step and you're dead. Why just a beat to say goodnight?